Am I on or not? What the hell was that? Hang on, how was that screwed up so badly? Rooming already? Yeah, I have no. I gotta stop using StreamYard. I really do. Capo can see me. Okay, so theoretically, it means that I'm going out live. Thank you, Aussie Tank. Good to see you too. Alrighty, people, it is Sunday. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live. So, what I thought I'd do, given that I haven't actually checked with Jeff whether or not he is still plastered, hungover, somewhere in between. I'm going to go through some news articles. If and when we potentially get to a game, we may do some more titty ball. We'll see exactly how we go. But today's going to be more along the lines of controversial opinions sort of thing. I didn't play that intro because, let's face it, I haven't edited it yet because I still haven't got around to it because I'm a lazy fuck. But that's sort of where we're at because I need to ask Chad a couple of questions. We're going to start off with some very controversial and triggering topics for some individuals. But I need to know, and I need you guys to settle a debate with me because the wife and I got into an argument. And I need to know who's in the right, who's in the wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. Either way, I'm in the wrong, but you know what I mean. So let's hope Jeff is not plastered. The last I checked, he was still drunk. He's very much enjoying the he was very much enjoying the camping trip. So now, if you'll just excuse me, I'm going to do something very, very stupid because for those of you that are long-term viewers, you'll know what I say. You'll know how much pain I'm in when I say my foot is acting up, which sounds very innocuous until you realize that it has been. It's something different this time around though. It's like a tendon or something has been sliced on the top of my foot. I can walk, but lifting my foot for some reason this time around instead of just putting pressure through it is causing all sorts of issues. And I have no idea how, why, or in what way, shape, or form I did to something. Because as near as I can tell, I did it in my sleep last night. So I've been in the moon boot all day. No idea how the hell I'm supposed to get Scarlett to school tomorrow. We'll see. No, I don't think this is necessarily tendonitis. Great success. The tendonitis that I usually get that causes me the issues when I put weight through my foot is like it's fairly regular and it's fairly. I'm used to it basically. This sort of came out of nowhere. Like I'll get some sort of inkling, a little bit of a couple of days notice that something's going on, and this just it hit me like a train. I don't know. Mint juleps yesterday, margarita today. What a weekend! Congratulations. Crutches. I may wind up yes, which is going to be really embarrassing because I do have clients that I got to see tomorrow. So, but we'll see exactly how that goes. Gout. No, I've been checked for gout. So, who the fuck put you in a moon boot? I did, because generally that's it's most straightforward thing to sort of like isolate or immobilize the ankle. So, but anyway, moving on. The main thing that I wanted to start with was there's a new story coming out of a private school here in Melbourne. Some year 11, so I'm never gonna wrap my head around the senior, junior, sophomore, penultimate, whatever you want to call it. Point is, a bunch of 17 and 16-year-olds decided to get together and rank the girls in their classes. Now, ordinarily, I would have just been sitting thinking, okay, boys will be boys. They're doing some stupid shit. Is it worth them getting a suspension? Maybe. Is it worth criminal charges? That's where I sort of think that I might have to draw the line until you necessarily hear exactly what they did. So we'll have a look into that, and then I'm going to let you guys decide whether or not I or the wife are in the right or the wrong. Again, as I said, I'm always going to be in the wrong, but that's not really the point. Is it coming from your spine? The ankle can hurt if the tendons and muscles in the lower back are inflamed. I don't have any pain radiating down or anything like that. It's very localized and it's very specific. So I'm fairly confident that it's a tendon that's just got a tear in it or something. I don't know. It's not uncommon for me. I'm just curious as to how I hyperflexed it this time around. But anyway. So let's have a look. Where did that one go? There it is. All right, let's start with this. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Okay, so we're talking about juniors. All right. At some point, I'm just going to have to, like, I don't know, sticky tape that to my desk or something. Okay. Private school boys suspended for absolutely outrageous ranking of female classmates. 4 boys from an exclusive private school in Melbourne's East have been suspended after rating their female classmates using disparaging language to rate their appearances. Like I said, would not necessarily think that out of the ordinary for a bunch of horny 16, 17-year-old boys. Except that they used a category term. And once we actually get through this story, I will put it to you what the question was between me and the wife and exactly how and why we're at odds. Police are being notified after the Year 11 students from Yarra Valley Grammar School in Ringwood shared a spreadsheet of photos of their female classmates to messaging app Discord and ranked them in categories. The girls were ranked from top to bottom as wifeys, cuties, mid, object, get out, and finally, ungrapeable. As in too ugly to sexually assault. The school became aware of the post on Wednesday, and by Friday, the students have been suspended pending further investigation. The parents of the girls pictured in the post were notified by the school. Yarra Valley Grammar Principal Dr. Mark Merry has described it as disgraceful. He also went on, because at the moment, it's a big thing about how I get the importance of DV. Cannot stress that enough. And I need to preface that for the following comments, because I know some people are going to try and lampoon me over it. With what is going on with Alba Sleazy at the moment, I feel like domestic violence is being used as a smokescreen. I feel like it's being used as one of those untouchable subjects that's being used to buy votes on behalf of the government, because they're using it as a massive beat up at the moment. Hey, Jude, how you doing? That is a bit much. They were called fuglies back in the school days. Yes, and look, I'm not disagreeing. What they said was reprehensible, and I want to make that absolutely very clear. But let's get through the story, and then I will ask the question as to exactly where we are. But the fact that they were going on about how these particular kids had been going to the respectful relationships classes and all that sort of stuff, about how men grow up to be monsters and all that sort of stuff. I've spoken about that in the past, because specifically we had a newspaper article where it was a 4th or 5th grader plastered across the front of the newspaper and said, how do we stop him becoming a monster and things like that. It's important. It is a very important and very sensitive subject, but certain individuals, I believe, are taking it and twisting it for their own purposes. Felt like that last category when I was in high school. Oh, Jesus, cowpoke. Respect for each other is in the DNA of our school, which is a weird way of putting it, by the way, Dr. Mary. And so this was a shock not only to us, but it was a shock to the year level and the boys in the year level that see this as way, way out of line. Mary was particularly offended by the last category on the spreadsheet, which referred to the girls as ungrapeable. As a father, I find it absolutely outrageous, disgraceful, and offensive. As a principal, I need to make some decisions about what we do with all of this. My first impulse and concern is about the well-being of the girls concerned. I want to make sure that they feel assured and supported by the school. The school will notify the police about the use of the word ungrapeable in case there is any criminality involved. It has been referred for criminal charges. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The classes do jack? Yeah, they do jack shit. Hiccups in the stream. Really? How bad is it? Hang on. Let me just check something. Because it did sort of mess up initially when I tried to play the video. Also shows ignorance as grape is more about power than sex. Yep. Okay. Looks like that's going okay for me. High school's a place where you find the boundaries you're growing up, and this is just a thing of poor phrasing on a stupid list. That's sort of where I was leaning towards it. Caseway says, what the fuck does the police have to do with it? They're trying to twist it as if it was some sort of threat against the girls. Now, here's the thing. I think that you have to do some very strong mental gymnastics to try and find that in any way to be an offense or an assault or whatever else. But they're going to try and string it in under cyberbullying because it was posted to Discord and a few other things. So, thought it was just you. It was buffered. Okay. Eventually grow up, have absolute respect for women, even married one, followed shortly by another. Leftist feminists are a good example of ungrapeable. A threat not to grape. Yeah, basically. Not sure either. Things like this should be disciplined by the school, and I'm a woman saying that. By all means, frighten the boys with criminal charges, but do not actually press charges. Uh, we're going to be consulting with the police because the language used is it could be an inferred threat. I don't think it was, but we need to get to further advice on that. I'm hoping that it was an appalling lapse in judgment, Mary said, because it will be up to each of the individual girls' parents as to whether or not they want to press charges. So. There are 185 students in year 11 at the prestigious co-ed school in Ringwood, which costs about $30,000 a year per student. The school regularly teaches respectful relationship classes, holding a number of seminars for students throughout the school year. Mary said that the school would work harder on teaching boys on how to behave, particularly within the current environment. That's sort of the bit where I'm sitting there going, these boys are already growing up in a society, in a environment where they are strongly discouraged from interacting with females as it is. Hence the respectful relationships classes. I am in no way defending what they did. What I am saying is that at some point there needs to be a boundary drawn, and the whole current environment and the way that the government's currently using it as a way to garner votes in the lead up to next year's election, it's just not sitting well with me. It's really not. This is an issue on Discord. There is cheese pizza all on Discord, and the word ungrateful is an issue on Discord. What the fuck? Exactly. Yeah. We're well aware of the broader issues in relation to respecting women. We need to really do our best to ensure that young men understand the responsibilities and their boundaries of how they should behave, he said. And of course, I got the obligatory supports available from the National Assault and DV Counselling Service at 1-800-RESPECT. That is for Australia. I don't know numbers for America off the top of my head. If you need to, by all means, please Google. So, my question is, because this is where the wife and I sort of diverged on things. What would be worse? Being placed into the category of ungrapeable, or if there were a theoretical another category of grapeable? Now, I personally feel like it's more offensive and more unforgivable is not really the right term that I'm looking for here. I would say putting a woman into the category of grapeable, because going into the category of ungrapeable is literally they're too unattractive to sexually assault. The wife disagreed. She thinks that being put into the category of being so ugly and hideous that you would not be worth the effort is worse. So I put it to you, chat. What would you consider to be worse? Which would you find more insulting or more humiliating? Like, better to be safe than to be sure. Better to be safe than sure. Yeah. High school is when men actually learn many boundaries with the opposite sex. Both sides learn. Women are always given more leeway. The old saying is too ugly to assault. So, but I mean, I'm not happy that this is being referred as a criminal matter. Sounds like 17-year-old boys being dicks to me. This sort of thing happened when I was at school, but there was no internet. Bullying was horrible, but sounds like boys being between themselves. You prank a horse, not a woman. It's more insulting. I agree with the missus. Okay, well, there you go. But which one should deserve the harsher punishment? Would saying that you would potentially grape someone, I mean, I personally feel like that may be deserving of criminal charges. And your worries is 2 paper bags. Good lady, Aussie in the ungrateful category, the lowest you can be. As a woman, the feeling is worse to be ungrateful, but the reality is it would be worse to be grapeable. I think it's more insulting to be ungrateful, but I think your view is the harsher penalty is harsher penalty worthy. That's where I'm coming from. Is that that's potentially an actual threat in terms of bullying and that sort of thing. I could kind of understand because they've received suspensions. The wife's immediate reaction was expulsion. When I heard that it was being referred for police charges, I was like, okay, hang on. I think everybody needs to take a step back here because define the category. That's fair. Grapeable is a compliment. If If every girl was like Nikki Osborne, this would not be a question. Does it show my age or ignorance that I have no idea who Nikki Osborne is? But I don't know. This was just an interesting conversation we had. That's the view. One is more self-esteem insult. The other one is an iffy topic of, are you saying that it would be okay then? Pretty much what it boiled down to. I think that it's probably because I looked at it from a legal perspective and where she saw it from an emotional female perspective. Not that I'm saying that I wish I hadn't said female there. She saw it from the emotive side of it, whereas I was seeing it from the legal logical side of it, as to which one could be worse off, basically. How it's interpreted as a thing. Yeah. She's a bush Barbie. Okay. Everyone can be greater. There's no such thing as ungrapeable. No, Doc. I have a friend that came out of the closet. We asked what kind of guy he's attracted to. We all felt safe that we didn't make the checklist, but then we all got irked that we weren't attractive. No. Oh, that's rough. Are they saying that all the other ones are grapeable then? That's sort of the read it wrong, thought it said unrepairable. Don't think it raises the level of threat. No, look, neither do I. And I think this is very much something that should have been handled internally. If it violates the school's policies, which I would fully expect that it would, then it's their prerogative whether or not they want to expel the boys. But I'm just putting it out there as a boy that was that age at some point. Not that I did anything quite as reprehensible as that, but I know stories of other boys that did shit that would probably rise to the same level. And I don't want to just say that boys should just be boys, but at the same time, you can't neuter everybody. First time my kiss was 5 years old. Told him grape is not the same as sex, so no, it's not funny. It's awareness. Way back when I was younger, breakable meant to she put out to anyone. Damn. Okay. I can kind of understand that because then that's more like as a dad of a son, what would I do? Look, as the dad of a daughter, I would be fully expecting expulsion of the boys. I think. Like it's easy for me to say that now, but I will fully admit that I've got conflicting emotions going around in my head. If I was the son, he'd probably be getting the hiding of his life. But more to the point, I'd like to think that I would raise my son to not be put in this situation in the first place. Men who grape will grape anyone, no matter what they look like. That's just the way it is. Chris. Okay. People should be happy with who they are, and yes, some are more attractive than others. Just make them write a 500,000 word essay on why they thought this was acceptable. Cramp the hand up. What? Because you're worried their hand's going to cramp in other ways, given that they rated everyone else? No. That's the one I'm used to, develop. I think it's more a sensitivity thing, the way they're thinking and how the word's associating. Yeah. Or they're thinking of the wood meant. Okay. Anyway, I just look while we're on the tricky topics. I also wanted to bring this one up because for those of us that are regular followers, you'll know that 3 or 4 months ago, I covered the case of a judge who overturned the conviction of a what was he? A 20-something-year-old at the time. Hey, J.K. Buck. Basically, it was for some inappropriate conduct that the kid engaged with a girl. But the judge from the bench, after the jury found him guilty, turned around and overturned the conviction and said, "No, look, he seems like a good boy to me. I don't want this following him for the rest of his life." Well, the judge has been removed from the bench, and I would say with good reason. Judge who reversed teen's grape conviction removed from the bench. In a scathing report, an Illinois Judicial Oversight Board found that Judge Robert Adrian subverted the law and then lied about it under oath to serve his own interests. After reversing the guilty verdict against the suspect, NBC News' Maggie Vesper reported. Let's just watch the news thing because it goes for about 5 minutes.
Cammie Vaughn was 16 when she learned she'd have to fight. It was.
Do we have audio? I just want to double check. At least they're not dressing like furries anymore. Oh, Tom. We haven't got to that story yet. There's furries in the news. Don't you worry.
May 2021 in rural Quincy, Illinois. Cammie says she drank at a party, fell asleep on a couch, and woke up to someone she didn't know holding a pillow over her face.
I couldn't really see anything and I couldn't breathe good because once I understood this man is raping me, I kind of pushed him off me, rolled off the couch, and I leave the room and went immediately crying and telling my friends what had just happened.
The investigation and 3-day bench trial were swift, with 8th Judicial Circuit Court Judge.
Wait, what? The furry protest in Utah? Oh no, this was just a funny thing about a furry that just happened to be in the background of some wedding photos. What is the furry protest the recent one, or is there one that, because we talked about a furry protest like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Has something else happened since? Like something today or the last couple of days?
Robert Adrian convicting then 18-year-old Drew Clinton of criminal sexual assault. The charge carried a minimum sentence, 4 years in prison.
What did you think when you heard the guilty verdict?
I mean, I was extremely happy that the man who assaulted me would be going to jail, be going to prison.
Then, in January 2022, a stunning pivot at the sentencing hearing.
You reversed your own ruling.
Yes.
According to court transcripts, Judge Adrian said about Clinton, quote, "This happened when this teenager, because he was and is a teenager, was 2 weeks past 18 years old," adding he has no prior record, none whatsoever.
I don't care, Your Honor. There are sentencing guidelines for a reason. You are supposed to take into account whether or not he had moral culpability at the time. Just because he's 2 weeks past his 18th birthday doesn't mean that he shouldn't be tried as an adult, given his actions. If he knew what he was doing was wrong, if anything else, the veil of innocence is completely destroyed. What's that? Just caught up on thread. Have a 12-year-old girl here in Country Vic taking her out of school due to bullying, looking at legal action now. Shit. Gone to the dogs. Message me on Twitter. Because if okay. Private school in Melbourne's reportedly supporting a year 8 nonverbal student identifying as a cat.
By law, the court is supposed to sentence this young man to the Department of Corrections. This court will not do that. That is not just. Then, calling the 5 months Clinton had already served in jail, quote, plenty of punishment, Judge Adrian found Clinton not guilty.
There was no new evidence, nothing new to make him change his mind. It was like getting slapped in the face.
According to transcripts, Adrian continued, "We have people, adults, having parties for teenagers, and they allow co-eds and female people to swim in their underwear in their swimming pool. They provide liquor to underage people, and you wonder how these things happen. Well, that's how these things happen." The court is totally disgusted with that whole thing.
I think we can honestly say, Your Honor, that we are also totally disgusted with the court. For you to use that as some sort of argument against an individual graping someone who is unconscious. Are you insane?
And what's going through your mind?
I had to leave the courtroom. I couldn't be in there. I mean, I was broken.
For nearly 2 years, Facebook groups and petitions called for Judge Adrian's removal, accusing him of reversing his ruling to keep Clinton out of prison despite believing he was guilty. Protests plagued his re-election campaign.
Clinton was not guilty,
Which he won.
Then why was he found guilty initially? And why did it proceed to a sentencing hearing? And why did you only change the ruling at the sentencing hearing? So the judge went with she asked for it. No, he didn't even go that far. If your mum swims in her underwear, she might be a redneck.
Then, late last year, a rare hearing with the Illinois Courts Commission, the state's official oversight board.
That commission has now removed you from the bench.
Yes.
Today, Judge Adrian stands by his reversal, now saying he did it after revisiting the evidence.
I revisited the whole evidence because I can.
At that point in time, that was not your job to do. The ruling had already come down that he was guilty. There was a mandatory 4-year sentence for what he had been found guilty of. All you had to do was say, I don't necessarily agree with this ruling, but here is what I am bound to do. And allow them to take it up on appeal. If you genuinely believe that there was other issues, you could easily do that. I'm pretty sure it was a jury result, yeah. There's so many things wrong with this. There really are. There really are judicial officials out there that genuinely believe that the courtrooms are their own little fiefdom and that certain rules don't apply. You know, like a certain New York judge saying the Second Amendment doesn't exist in a courtroom. Or there's a few other examples.
Do that. It's a bench trial. It's
Oh, it was a
not
bench trial.
jury trial. So I get to look at the whole evidence again. And
But you'd already rendered a verdict. It was already entered into the court record. Why did you, sua sponte, of your own reasoning, decide to change it during the sentencing hearing?
so that's, once I did that, I saw that I'd made a mistake.
His story now, that he reversed his ruling not because he disagreed with sentencing laws. He says he no longer believed Drew Clinton committed assault.
I didn't explain my not guilty ruling because in order to do that, I would have had to say, well, I didn't believe her.
You don't believe her.
Yes, I didn't believe her. I would have had to say that in court. I didn't want to say that. She's a minor.
The oversight board not buying it, writing Adrian intentionally subverted the law, then lied about it under oath to serve his own interests, adding they don't accept his contention that he made a mistake in finding Clinton guilty. And, quote, to any reasonable person, Adrian was refusing to sentence Clinton to a mandatory prison term because he did not believe prison was a just sentence under the circumstances.
This fight became about the judge.
Yeah.
Cammie, now 18, maintains she was assaulted.
The commission said you lied. Are they
I said-
wrong?
They are wrong.
Okay.
They're totally wrong. The judge should have discretion on whether or not they sentence somebody to
Not
the
beyond the
Department
bounds of the law.
Huh?
Judges have discretion, but within the limits of the law.
Right.
And the commission found
Right.
that you circumvented the law.
She's really hit the nail on the head there. It's literally, we have due process and criminal procedure for a reason. If you genuinely did not believe it anymore, you yourself could have had the file. You could have had the file referred for review. That you do not. Oh my God!
Not
The
wanting to
commission
send
didn't
him
look-
to prison.
The commission didn't look at the evidence in the case. And if they would have looked at the evidence in the
But
case,
an appellate judge could have.
then they would have seen that he was not guilty. But they didn't want to do that because they knew they'd be facing the mob that I've been facing the whole time, and they didn't want to do that. So it's simpler just to sacrifice a poor judge.
You feel like you were sacrificed.
I do.
Clinton declined comment.
Oh my God, he's got like superiority complex on it as well. Oh. So I'm glad to hit the like button, power washing the house, pulling weeds before it gets too hot out. No worries. Thank you for being here, Squid. Also, yes, people, by all means, hit the like button, share, subscribe, double check whether or not you subscribe. Jason J, of all people, who's here pretty much daily, was unsubscribed and missed the Griff stream last night. So, speaking of which, down the bottom, you will see I've still got the banner running because I'm still using StreamYard for the moment. Our magic number is 2114 in 6 days. Whether I'm doing shots tonight or not, we'll see what happens, people. But come on. I thank you very much to everyone that has already donated and really appreciate it. But I got to try and pull out all the stops. So hopefully there's some new people here tonight. And yeah.
For this story, but through his attorney still maintains his innocence. For Cammie,
course he
now a
does.
high school graduate and still grappling with nightmares, winning one fight helps.
Is this a form of justice?
Yes, to me it is. He does not deserve that power over people.
Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Quincy, Illinois.
Okay, now I'm confused. So what is in the next 30? Are you fucking kidding me? 30 minutes of that is ads? Holy shit. Have a family member that was essayed, not great, but still violated. The judge did a similar thing in her case. Me and a group of friends took care of the punishment that should have happened after. I did not just read that live on and AP. At no point should you ever. That is very close to towing the line to admitting to something on the internet. I choose to believe that that was not the way that it was intended, and that you have not just admitted to a crime in my chat. You know what? I want to move on to something a little more. We're just going to donate. I have to save up for October for a trucker drama. No worries, Fundine. That's fine. It's all good. Looking to wet and forget. Good cleaner for siding 4 pence. He meant in Minecraft? Oh, yes. I'm sure that's exactly what it was. So. All right. We'll move on to something a little bit more. I mean, it's still as ludicrous, but, well, I mean, it is to an Aussie anyway. Toss Aussie Spade change at the boomer. Remember, he's left his grifting to practically last minute. Hey, I did not leave my grifting to the last minute. The whole Vegas thing was sprung on me. I'll be perfectly honest. I was still thinking that, like, Texas would be later on in the year in August. So, anyway, Wheel of Fortune fans enraged after contestant's painful mistake cost her $7,200. The contestant shocked viewers when she failed to complete the puzzle by picking the wrong letter. I love the memes that have come out of this. You've got the Bobs and Vagine guy, and it's like I saw some memes on Twitter, and it was like it very much looks like it could have been filled in with Bobs and Vagine, and they Anyway, Wheel of Fortune fans vented their frustration on social media after a contestant's mistake cost her $7,200 during Tuesday's episode of the long-running game show. Whoa, Jesus, Jude, thank you very much for the $20. Hugely appreciate that. Sweet. Thank you, Jude, for the Send Aussie to Vegas fund. Hugely appreciate it. Love you, Jude. Is that not the point? Yeah, well. During Tuesday's episode of the long-running game show, contestant Kimberly Wright from Apopka, Florida, failed to complete the puzzle when she picked the wrong letter. When the puzzle board read DU LLED platypus, she chose to spin the wheel and landed on the express wedge. I'm going to go for an F, she said to the groans of the audience. Wright apparently believed that the correct answer was the duck-filled platypus, when it is actually the duck-billed platypus. After Wright missed the correct answer, contestant Marie Kioski from Oshawa in Michigan solved the puzzle, winning the money and the trip to Margaritaville Vacation Club Rio Mar in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico! Yes, she's a dumbass. Wheel of Fortune fans quickly took to social media to express their disbelief at her flub. I've never been more enraged watching the Wheel of Fortune. Imagine just that someone can actually get so enraged by a game show. To be fair, I watched Wipeout though, so. At least you didn't think it was dick-filled. That would have been funny. Oh my, that was painful. F. She thought the platypus was filled with what exactly? Fucking brutal. Another fan agreed. Where did she think the F was going to go into this puzzle? The Wheel of Fortune puzzle was clearly duck-billed platypus, and the lady asked for an F. She like reverse autocorrect. Where's the video? Oh, it's going to make me replay it. Play, damn you, play. Why you no play? Oh, come on. Duff build platypus. At least it wasn't a K that she asked for. Oh, freaking Fox News. I swear to God, this was supposed to be funny. But now it's just pathetic and I'm going to have to move on. Oh, all right. All right, let's move on to the furries. A bride spots a cow in the background at her wedding, but is mortified when she realizes the truth. An American woman who was the bridesmaid at her friend's wedding has left social media users in stitches after they spotted a furry in the background of her pal's duff-killed platypus of her pal's wedding. A bridesmaid shared the mortifying moment that she spotted a furry in the background of her pal's outdoor wedding ceremony. The woman who posts under the username XXShadowsLightXX was seen walking down the aisle with her friend's dress in hand. The bride looked stunning in her white dress, holding a bouquet of sunflowers as she passed the chairs laid out on the field. There appeared to be cattle grazing in the field in the background, giving the Oklahoma lass a true country feel for her big day. However, the blushing bride was left red-faced for an entirely different reason when she realized that it wasn't a cow at all. She's there looking at the cow. When your bestie's walking down the aisle and you realize... In the video, which gained more than $2.5 million likes, the bridesmaid wrote, when your bestie's walking down the aisle and you realize that the cow on the other side of the field is in fact not a cow, but a furry just hanging out in a field that just happens to be right behind the altar where you're taking photos. The bloke who was in the animal costume, which they realized was a cat, then started playing paparazzi as he was seen standing and taking photos. Hang on. Oh. And he stood up and started taking photos. Like, someone's a reformed emo. Like, oh my giddy aunt. Like, viewers were left in hysterics over the clip, claiming that there was something funny to remember the wedding day by. One user said, "Oh my god, I'm early. That's something so funny to remember your wedding day." Another said, "I don't know what I was expecting, but that was not it. This might be an original experience," with someone saying, "Oh no, one time I accidentally stayed at a hotel during a furry convention and was so confused." Oh, that was in regards to her username. Oh, okay, fair enough. The furry trend began in the 1980s, but has since boomed worldwide, with members spurred by the love of anthropomorphic animals like those in Disney movies and video games. The Daily Star report. I'm sorry, there's furries in Disney movies? When did that become a thing? Many of those involved in the subculture claim that they're misunderstood. One furry named Bandit. Oh, fuck you. You can't take the name Bandit. My persona is basically to memorialize my dog. He was bouncy and fun-loving, and I guess whenever I'm wearing Bandit, I'm a little him. Hey, Burning Sensations. So, for those of you that are long-time viewers, do you remember when I used to do the Rumble flip and we'd watch episodes of Love Don't Judge? Anyone else remember the cat chick? The whole time I was reading this, I couldn't think of anything else except that for that poor bastard that I swear there is no way in hell he was ever getting that pussy. Pun intended. But he was still expected to look after her and change the cat litter. It's the anthropomorphic animals in Disney stuff. Okay. Recall a Japanese dude was dressed as a dog ages ago. Yes, that is Toko. I've been trying to get him on the show. He's actually in my opener, believe it or not. Bandit's the raccoon. I think that there was a raccoon that's Bandit. See, when I think Bandit, all I think is the dad from Bluey. So, and given that there's now apparently some famous TikToker or social media influencer that's admitted that she flicked the bean to Bandit, that's a little bit weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. White chicks and dogs, like, for God's sakes, women, just get a boyfriend, okay? Love Don't Judge what we do. Oh shit, yeah. It was back when the days when we used to be able to actually watch Kinky Corner on this channel. The costumes stink. I don't doubt it, and I don't want to know. So where are we? You get to party with him for fun. Like, that's insane. So okay. Now, chat, this one's a little interactive for you because the next one I want you to guess. Who's the more mature of the individuals that are in this story? Is it the sister, the grandfather, or the 6-year-old that winds up having to call 911? A 6-year-old is called 911 to report his uncle firing shots at his sister, according to an affidavit. A Florida man is accused of pointing a gun at and threatening his sister during an argument and firing several shots in her direction, according to an affidavit. Deputies were dispatched to a shooting incident on Sunday on Kumquat Road after a 6-year-old dialed 911 to report someone firing at his grandmother's house. The dispatcher said that they heard an altercation in the background of the call and someone screaming, "I'm going to kill her." Had 2,300 or so furries roaming at the resort. Something that is disturbing was that at Matsuri last August. So for the convention, you can download an app, and it allows you to have chat feature and all that sort of stuff. Which, frankly, I didn't think that the app needed. I thought it was a little bit creepy, frankly. But one of the things that allowed people to do on there is if you had a ticket, you could put notifications up, much like social media, and say, "Hey, has anyone seen, like, I don't know, part of a costume that's fallen off, or do you know which vendor sold a particular thing," things like that. And I was flicking through, and I saw that there were people that were attending that were organizing a unofficial furry meetup at like 2 a.m. in the hotel car park, and I'm just like, how is someone not going to call the cops on that? All right, where are we? The child, Jojo, is the nephew of the suspect, Davidson DeLucio, 25, of West Palm Beach, who said that his uncle had a gun and was shooting, according to the affidavit. The argument was between the uncle and his sister, Tabitha, who also called 911, claiming that he had a gun and had shot at least 3 times as she drove away from the home. Tabitha told officials an argument ensued regarding her drinking wine and him cooking. She said that DeLucio had anger issues and a lot of hate for her. As the argument escalated, Tabitha said that she went to grab a bottle of wine and her keys to leave the home, but DeLucio grabbed the bottle. The fight then became physical as he pushed her against a wall and slapped her in the face, prompting her to bite him. It is weird and has to be a sexual thing. I kind of feel like that, yeah. The affidavit said that the argument moved outside the home when DeLucio grabbed the gun and began making threats. Tabitha said something about shutting it down, to which he pointed the gun in her face and told her to say it again before accusing her of stealing from him. I kind of feel like there's some background shit going on here. The mother of siblings went outside to break up the fight, where Tabitha was able to drive away. That's when she heard numerous gunshots being fired. That's when she heard numerous shots being fired. The affidavit said a Ring camera confirmed the vehicle leaving and the loud sound in the background. DeLucio was arrested on Wednesday on charges of aggravated assault with a firearm, discharging a firearm in public, and improper exhibition of a firearm. And yes, Chris, I'm inclined to agree with you. The 6-year-old child is the most mature person in this situation. Like, to me, it sounds like there was something dodgy going on. The phrasing that they were shutting something down, I kind of feel like maybe, just maybe, there was something there that we're not being told, you know? But, yeah. We're going to move on to the next thing, which is, I know there's a big argument over where something is called soda or pop, or even if it's just blanketly called Coke. Well, apparently now a court has ruled that Perrier is soda, not water, and can be taxed. A Pennsylvania court has ruled that Perrier is not French mineral water, it's a soda. So it is no longer identified as water and can be taxed. The court ruling came down after Jennifer Montgomery filed a petition in 2019 after buying the Perrier bottle and being taxed 24 cents. Lying by omission in the story, for sure. Yeah. Oh, I really thought there was more to that than that. Oh, are you serious? It's literally a 2-line thing? Oh, fuck you. There are more photos for this story than there are lines to the story. Mother. I was expecting there to be at least something about the court complaint and shit like that. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when I don't preview stories. Wait, what's that? California's first transgender mayor kicked out of office. Long anticipated recall vote. Colexio has decided to remove the first transgender mayor in California from office and move that politicians attribute to transphobia. Oh, shit. Article sponsored by Perrier. Soda is carbonated. That's why it's called soda water. I kind of, yeah, I think that might be the issue. Hang on, is that? Oh no, that's Sydney Sweeney. That's what I was. All right. Let's have a look at a sovereign citizen, shall we? This one goes for about 16 minutes. We'll see how we do. I can't tell if this is Chili de Castro or not. I don't think it is, but he looks a damn sight like him. It's just the bald head is throwing me off. Wait, what's that? Are attached plastic bottle caps thing in Australia? No, they are not. 7-Up used to have lithium in it. Huh.
I'm actually really smart. I read a lot. That's fine. I'm not trying to be a jerk, sir. I just know the law probably a lot better than you. I'm a
2 sentences in. He got 2 sentences in before I had to laugh my ass off at that.
I'm studying to be a lawyer, and I'm a doctor of psychology. I do have a fee schedule. It is $5,000 for every 15 minutes you'll hold me up.
Like,
Stop video where a self-proclaimed smart American state national, who is also a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a doctor of psychology apparently, and while we're handing out labels, let's add textbook narcissist to that list, gets pulled over for a minor traffic violation where he attempts the right to travel script, which, yes, as you already heard in the intro, includes that hilarious fee schedule. So let's see how he gets on.
I'll tell you what though, I did the whole thing with the Karen Reed stuff made me think that maybe we should start doing like sovereign citizen bingo. Like I should steal that idea from Jeff, and we just all do like have a various things of what the sovereign citizens say out of the playbook, and just who hits what and when. Also jiu-jitsu. Oh well, yeah.
Hello. Good, how you doing?
First off, the stop sign when you get out of the speaker station. You just slow right out of there.
Huh.
Angel Wolf with the milestone super chat. Appreciate that.
I wasn't gonna say anything. It wasn't that big of a deal. You never actually came to the stop.
Okay.
You came to the next stop sign, printing out onto the highway.
The whole thing is a joke.
You know, you stay left on the highway. The stop sign really marked the white line, and you need to go right now. And third thing, you went to this stop sign, same exact thing. Just go right. I'm not saying you didn't make sure it was clear. You just gotta make sure that you can stop right now. It's really marked the white stop line. You can't tell you how many this year long.
Oh, he started Soft Bingo like 8 years ago? Oh, damn it! Of course he did. I think it's because it plays so well into it.
So stop longer. Sure, I can do that.
Stop. Period.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I know you're
time is. I guess I'm a.
Okay, I know it shouldn't be an issue for me, but I'm creeped out by the handprint in the background. Like, I get that it's probably just a kid or something that's doing that, but that's like,
I'm studying to be a lawyer, and I'm a doctor of psychology, and so I get to the like fine detail of no, I hear you. So I'm just stop longer. I can do that.
So that was a bit difficult to hear due to all the background noise, but from what
oh, Lynn, I love you. We can still do the bingo. I've never heard of that. You've never heard of donut operator. Fair enough. Oh, that's sweet.
I could hear, he failed to come to a complete stop at a stop sign, which is not exactly the crime of the century, but it does give our soft seat friend here an opportunity to test out his script. Also, I would just like to add, if his work as a psychologist is anything like his knowledge of the law, which he is about to start vomiting, then I strongly advise his patients to get a second opinion.
Oh, I should attribute this to, because it's Bambalian. Oh, they only posted this like a day ago, and they've already had 98,000 views on them. Oh, this may get copy cloned. Oh well.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. I can do that. Yeah.
Things that
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Do you have a good driver's license?
No, sir, I do not contract. I'm traveling privately, so I don't. I mean, I do personally own a driver's license. So I'm not trying to break the law or anything. But the United States Constitution lets me travel without one. So, and I'm not going to accept any contract with the city of Lewiston or anything like that. So, yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, yeah. So, I don't know if there's an emergency, just because I
Sweet,
pulled
yeah,
up
but sure.
flash your lights. But federally, that's actually a federal offense. Because you're not supposed to use your lights unless it's an emergency, right?
I'm not going to argue with you.
I know, that's fine. You don't have to.
I don't get your.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
I
I
am.
asked you for your driver's license.
I understand, and I just unless you're gonna
Oh, hang on. My 8-year-old autistic nephew called 000. He saw people on YouTube call 911. The call recorded enough for the police to turn up at my sister's door. Much to her shock, he ran off yelling, "I don't want to go to jail." Oh, the poor little thing. Oh, I'm sorry, but I get it, but at the same time, kids do the damnedest things. Wow.
threatened to arrest me for it, I'm not gonna give it to you. No, I know, but if am I free to go? No, okay. I'm detained. Okay, that's fine. I just so you know, I am recording this because I can unlawful detainment is a civil offense.
Okay.
Just so you know. So you can detain me as long as you need to. I'm not in a real hurry to get home.
Wait, so in one breath you imply that this is an unlawful detainment, but in the next you consent to that supposed unlawful detainment for as long as it takes. And you guys wonder why we point and laugh so much. Also,
I'm of the same opinion. I genuinely believe that. Oh no, you know what? I'm going to stop short of saying that about a certain what I believe to be pseudo religion. But I'm sure you can put two and two together. But I'm not going to actually say that in case I am I free to go? No. Okay.
the Constitution does let you travel without a license, but the mode in which you do that can be regulated per the 10th Amendment. Also, I would love to see this federal law that says it's an offence to use emergency lights for a non-emergency, because I've never seen it, let alone seen a cop charged with that offence. I guess it could be policy in some jurisdictions somewhere, but since when did you guys care for policy? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's whenever you think it suits your position.
But
This guy's hilarious.
Registration and insurance here.
No, sir. This is a privately owned vehicle. It's not registered with the state. It's not what would we say owned by the state. So I just don't agree to the contracts.
Sure.
This cop is being remarkably
you can
patient.
Run my play with the Department of Transportation. It is a valid number.
So your vehicle isn't registered with the state. It's registered with the Department of Transport as a valid number, whatever that's supposed to mean. You know, for a guy who claims he's not trying to break the law, you sure are doing everything in your power to break the law.
Yeah, huh?
If you'd like to.
Okay. And who does the car just come back to you?
No, I did buy.
Angel Wolf with another $10 super chat. Let's get you to Vegas. Appreciate that. It also puts us $20 away from the dog cam too.
You'll have to look on the door if you really want the thing. You can check to see if it's not stolen. But I do have a fee schedule. It is $5,000 for every 15 minutes you'll hold me up. Just so you know. So if you want to run.
Okay. Firstly, let's. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run some legal rings around him. That $5,000, even if that was legitimate, which it's not, terms displayed and delivered, you would have needed to specify that to the officer as soon as you wound down the window for that to be, because you can only really charge from this period now. You've already been interacting with him for 6 minutes. Everything up to that, yeah, good luck with that. There's no cost of fee disclosure there, so no. And yes, that's me humoring him a little bit more than I probably should. And this whole sov sit bullshit, oh my god. Blue lights are not emergency lights. They're the, hey, pay attention to other people. Jason got no notification again. Oh, well, look, Jason, if it makes you feel any better, I think I pissed YouTube off this morning. I put out the short about the kid that did the Fireball TikTok challenge. I got hammered hard on that one. And all I did was say, hey, kids, don't do this at home. And then show the picture of Cartman lighting himself on fire.
On the numbers, I'll let you. You will be liable for a civil suit because I am a state national. Yeah.
So that's why he said, detain me for as long as you need. He thinks that the longer this stop continues, the more money he gets. And this
Except
guy
you've already
claims to be a
consented to it.
doctor of psychology.
Jesus.
So you don't want to plug your key or get a birth?
How do they actually?
Not unless you want to book me. Okay. Right. So, but the way it works
Lynn!
is if
Appreciate it.
you're-
Vegas to go
if you're
broke,
threatening
baby.
under duress,
Yay!
then I'll provide it. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. Sure.
Actually gonna do the math.
All right. Well, you'll have to. That one is not accurate. I did not. I learned that one. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody told me once, because I've done this before. This is not the first time. It comes back as a Lexus, but the guy ran the door and it was fine.
What?
So I don't. Yeah.
Give me just a minute, all right?
All right.
Hang on. So you have numbers on your car that are registered to other registered cars. Dude, way to just admit to a crime while you're in the middle of that as well. Like, holy crap.
Wait, so you have one VIN in the window that comes back as a completely different car, and another in the door that...
If not for the soft sit movement, I would not have found the likes of LawTube. No shit, just the one. Really? Oh, well, there you go. I suppose a lot of the Law Talk Mike stuff, and yeah. Am I bringing the family this time? It's Vegas. Why the fuck would I do that?
checks out, according to you. Is it just me, or does all that sound a bit fishy? Combine that with his reluctance to show vehicle registration would mean instant silver bracelets in another...
Oh, screw it. I'm not watching this for your commentary. Sorry, no offense.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how you doing?
Please be supervisor. Please be the supervisor.
Good, how you doing, sir?
Good.
I'm doing good.
My understanding you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm not required to by actual law, because I haven't broken the law.
You obviously have a couple of stop sign violations according to my officer.
Dude, they have probable cause. You rolled through a red light.
Violation is not the law, sir.
Correct. It is.
It's a code. There's a difference. Right, under what law or code is it?
Well, 49807.2 is for running the stop sign.
Okay, so that's a code. That's a code.
But you are obligated to identify yourself.
Well, yeah. If like that's why I said the officer under duress, I am required to, and I will do so under duress. But I do have a PhD. I'm actually really smart. I read a lot. I'm actually listening to a book on contract law right now.
Wow. Tell me you're a narcissist without telling me you're a narcissist. Dude, the only person who cares about your supposed PhD in psychology and whatever audiobook you're listening to is you. So drop the look how smart I am routine, because I'm starting to feel second-hand embarrassment for you now. Plus, it's...
Just because I understand, because I have a lot of friends, I'm trying to obey the law.
I'm shocked. He has a lot of friends.
As best I can to the
like
T.
that's fine.
And
no, this is something that I have said to many people. Okay, I specifically do not want to be the smartest person in the room. That means that you do not have the opportunity to learn from anybody else. And worst case scenario, if shit hits the fan, you're the one that everyone's looking at. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room, or if you are the smartest person in the room, you don't want to be identified as being the smartest person in the room. It also has a supermodel girlfriend called Paris. Oh, sorry, in Paris.
Let me ask you this. Is this a civil law that I broke, or is it a criminal law that I broke?
It's an Idaho traffic offense.
Idaho traffic. Yeah, so you didn't answer my question, though. Is it a civil law or a criminal?
It's a criminal infraction.
Okay. It's an infraction. You had an infraction violation for running the stop.
Yeah, okay.
Hands where you can
No,
see him,
I
buddy.
don't need to keep digging. I mean, you guys can write me a ticket if you want, and we can deal with this in the court of law. But yeah, you bet. And
Or you can go to jail.
and then my fee schedule, like I told the officer, is
unemployed right now.
well, okay. That's fine. I'm not trying to be a jerk, sir. I just know.
No,
the
you're not
law.
trying to do. You're just naturally a jerk.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, then immediately proves otherwise by claiming he knows more about a job he doesn't even do. What a jerk.
Just identify yourself. Show us your driver's license. Okay, you will run it. You're clear. And you're probably
And if I don't, will you arrest me?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
You're already detained. They
Okay,
might
so
as
I'll
well just
give
say
you
you're
my
under arrest.
passport under duress. Okay.
I'll give you my passport.
you have a valid driver's license.
I'm pretty sure if you run this in your system, you'll see that I do. But I do not agree to the contract. I'm only letting you know because, I think we're at 10 minutes already. So that's at least violent. Right. So, but it's no, you guys are because you guys flashed your lights. Just so you know, you flashed your lights, which is a federal offense in a non-emergency situation.
He really does think dragging this traffic stop out for as long as possible means more money for him. How sad and pathetic.
I was going to say, just keep passing them off.
I am privately insured, yes, sir. I do not have to provide that unless you're going to arrest me. So if you want to move this
Officer, just acquiesced. Arrest him. At this point,
along, you can look up. But right, the ticket that I don't agree
What
to.
state is your driver's license?
Oregon.
you got to be related to Chile. Honestly, I wasn't sure if it wasn't.
Yeah, no problem.
Like I said, you got your stuff that you follow. I respect that.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, so I'm a
The cop just wants nothing to do with
I
it.
teach a lot of officers, and I've had to study the law in regards to what you can and can't, what's a choke, what's not a choke, all that kind of stuff, and it's not a job I would want because there's a lot of legality in here. I mean, you guys gave an oath, right?
Well, hang on. No, if he's a sovereign citizen, then he shouldn't be entitled to vote. They do talk very similar, yeah.
To uphold the Constitution. Some officers every once in a while confuse that with the state constitution, but the state constitution does say that the United States
Buck,
Constitution is
no,
supreme law.
really?
And so it's my
no.
desire to study it and know it well, so that way that I'm abide by it. And what you guys are stopping me for is a commercial code actually. And well, yeah, I know. I'm not going to get over. I won't argue semantics with you, but ultimately, true law requires that even for this commercial code, if we called it commercial code, if you just play with me in that imagination,
No one's playing with you, mate.
That under commercial code, it's a contract. If it's admirable maritime law, there needs to be an agreed upon contract, and I'm not agreeing to any contract. If it's a right, all right, am I free to go? All right, thank you. All right.
I can tell you that if there's any other officers that stop you.
Oh, I know it'll get more. I'm studying more and more, and yeah, sure.
If it had been any other officer that had stopped you, they wouldn't be that just sick of your shit that they would actually put you in cuffs and take you down to the jail. I'm actually mad at the cop because he's encouraged this bullshit now. Sole citizens aren't citizens. They want all the rights of citizens. Ironically, SCOTUS just gave illegals the right to purchase, own, and carry firearms. He let him go? Yes, he let him go.
Yeah, I know. You want me to stop longer?
I just think the cop didn't want to deal with this bullshit.
I get it. I want people to be safe too.
Provide his passport and
to
deport him.
be honest, it's. I just felt I stopped to the well, you called it a rolling stop, so that means stops within that.
Oh, arguing friggin' semantics over that.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Diplomatic immunity.
Thank you. That's how it's done, folks.
Yeah.
Dude, you turned a 2-minute traffic.
And that's what I'm saying. The cop just wanted to be done with the BS. But I feel like he's like emboldened this dickhead.
Traffic stop for a minor violation into a 15-minute traffic stop. That's nothing to be proud of. But more importantly, you showed the world what a textbook narcissist looks like. So thanks for that. Anyway, do you think he should have been arrested, or at least?
Yes, I very much think he should have been arrested first. Like, don't get me wrong, he was very polite, very jovial, very whatever else. He still ran through a red. He still back-chatted to the officers. Was there enough there that they could have actually placed him under arrest? I mean, look, they detained him. He identified himself, so I don't think so. The guy's voice makes me want to drink. Put his name on the shit list. Absolutely should. Astral Nomad, morning to you too. Rough, bless him, the assholes are heartless. I'm just more annoyed with that one. I really am. I was hoping to see a taser. But anyway. All right. Now, the next thing that I've got is from the Young Turks. It was put out over a week ago. It's in relation to a prosecutor who aided a corrupt cop, and apparently they're going to be disbarred. I know nothing about this story. Where I'm learning about this for the first time today. So should be interesting. Let's find out what they've got.
Who did horrible things, but that detective also worked with prosecutors who did horrible things, and a prosecutor has now been disbarred because of these horrible things. I'm going to take you back to some reporting we did on day one about this detective. Here it is. We've been reporting on this.
Holy shit! I know that shouldn't have made me laugh. See you, Dork. Could have arrested him for the plate registration violation, stole a plate, or vehicle is a felony. Fair. What's wrong with this damn stash? I don't know. FYI, natives of Australia think they're soft sits. Yeah, no comment. No, see, the trouble is that with native Australians, because they've been given legitimacy via the government over various times, they don't fall into the category of sovereign citizen because... Anyway, you know what? That's a rabbit hole for another day. But yes, the long story short, if you don't want to be part of society, if you don't want to be, if you want a treaty with another nation, you can't still be part of that nation. So, Dork dropping a membership. Appreciate that. Thank you, Dork. All right, let's find out exactly what this guy's doing with his mustache and exactly how many mustache rides he's given.
SOB detective for months. Let's put his picture up. Now he's indicted. We're talking about Roger Golubski. This is evil personified for decades.
What the hell is with the mustaches in this story? Like,
this man utilized his authority as a police officer, a detective, a supervisor to do what? To brutalize Black women, to sexually prey on Black women, to even indicate that he was going to prey on a Black woman's daughter, and gave young Black men cases in jail when their mother would not have a sexual relation with him. Dirty as hell. Roger Golubski was arrested at his home, finally, in Edwardsville, after federal grand jury indicted him on 6 counts of civil rights violations. He was expected to make his first court appearance Thursday afternoon. So he's a retired cop now. Golubski retired in 2010 after working for the Kansas City Police Department for how many years?
35 years.
35.
FBI was
35 years. And they knew he was corrupt. They did nothing. The FBI has been investigating allegations that Golubski, who was white, sexually assaulted Black women in the city and exchanged drugs for information during criminal investigations, something he did routinely. The federal indictment.
Either way, like, take race out of this equation. This is still, like, monumentally fucked up. Like, exchange money for drugs, information about criminal investigations. Well, to be fair, we know that police officers do that as part of stings. So, I mean, that could easily be twisting of facts. But this doesn't sound great. Love that the guy's accent is just putting dirty as hell. Looks like Walter Brimley.
Announced Thursday accuses Golubsky of sexually assaulting 2 women.
To be fair, the rest of you, like the regulars will know, there's a reason why I grew in the rest of the beard and why I didn't just leave it at the goatee and the stash. Sometimes you have to make adjustments because other people out there that look like you are dicks.
On several occasions between 1998 and 2002. The indictment does not state the race of the women. He is accused of raping both women and forcing them to perform oral sex on him several times in his vehicle and at the woman's home. Golubsky's conduct included aggravated assault, abuse, and kidnapping, according to the indictment. If convicted of any of the counts, Golubsky could be sentenced to life in prison.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you.
Wait, is that the kind of grifting that I have to do? Just like randomly slot in a, hey, by the way, hit the like and subscribe button. Maybe send a super chat to help me get to Vegas sort of thing. Is that really the sort of like sleazy kind of grifting you've just got to slide into? Like, oh my God, okay.
With these malicious and false prosecutions, he has to work with somebody. In an update, in Kansas, Tara Moorhead, who retired as a federal prosecutor last August, has agreed to turn over her law license as a county prosecutor. In the 1990s, Moorhead helped KCKPD detective Roger Golubsky frame an innocent man who spent 23 years in prison. She has been able to operate as a prosecutor ever since. Moorhead, who became notorious for skirting legal protections for defendants, agreed to surrender her license as part of an agreement with the Kansas Board of Discipline of Attorneys. She is awaiting disbarment from the Kansas Supreme Court, according to the filings. The documents also show that Moorhead, who retired from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Kansas last August, was the subject of a federal investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice. The result of that probe is currently unknown. Moorhead's conduct came under scrutiny during the exoneration of Lamont McIntyre, who was convicted in 1994 of a double homicide when he was 17 years of age. McIntyre was freed in 2017 after the county district attorney, Mark Dupree, said his conviction was a manifest injustice.
Some of it here is just a little bit.
And the judge decided to drop the entire case. McIntyre sued and was awarded $12.5 million in 2022 by the Unified Government of Kansas City and the county for wrongful conviction. Now,
okay, I want to bring this up. Given that you've got the state of Kansas, why would you have a Kansas City in Missouri? Like, that's really freaking irritating.
If you recall, when we first covered the story of Golubsky, I said on this program.
And also, why is he cut it the way that he has? And why is there the bit missing on the top of his lip? Is it just that he couldn't grow it down, or like banter black hair dye or something else?
In order for Golubsky to do what he has been able to do for decades, he has been working with other police officers, others who are executives in law enforcement, and yes, absolutely prosecutors who decided to continue to prosecute cases brought to them by this corrupt individual. And I said then, someone.
Wait. Are you guys seriously telling me that the state line runs through Kansas City? Like, really? What happens when you put a city on the river that's also a state border? Holy shit! Oh, Burberry's is telling me to grift harder. Yeah, guys, there's 111 of you watching across the various platforms. Yes, I have 6 days to raise enough money to get to Vegas. I desperately want to go there. I want to see Penn and Teller. I want to go to the Vegas Strip. I want to see Jeff get high on an edible. Come on, people. Dig deep. I very rarely ask for much at all, okay? Aside from what was a monthly drinking stream, which, to be fair, even they've fallen away. You know it's going to be fun. You know that there's going to be content that comes out of it because, unlike usual, what happens in Vegas may or may not make it onto film. Certain things definitely will not, but so yes, we are 2074 in the next 6 days. We are $8 away from Doggo Cam, and that puts us at $58 from a shot. So that's where I differ. No amount of money makes things better. I would sue for corporal punishment or even death. Damn. Looks like a fake mustache. It does kind of, doesn't it?
Maybe more than someone who prosecuted these cases must be held criminally accountable. Right now, we have a disbarment. It took long enough. Should have happened a long time ago. Acting on a case built by disgraced former Kansas Police Detective Roger Golubsky, Moorhead, the prosecutor, presented no physical evidence tying McIntyre to the murders. She relied upon the testimony of a witness, Nico Quinn, who later recanted.
I'll be damned.
Quinn said Moorhead threatened to throw her in jail and take her children if she did not lie about what she saw.
I'll be damned. As an Australian, that's insanity to me. So Kansas City, a major city center, is split down the middle, more or less, by a state line. Holy crap. Like, don't get me... Oh, Joe Choi, thank you. You can do another tenner. Appreciate that. Oh, that brings us up to Doggo Cam. I'll bring her on in a second because that means that we can...
Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof.
Where are we? Extra camera, which is the Logitech Stream Cam. There we go. Wait, wake up. Wrong camera. Kind of like how we have Aubrey Wodonga. Yes, I was literally just about to bring that up. So Aubrey Wodonga, and I think there's a couple of them along the New South Wales Victoria border. But to have it split a major city like that, and having it be in the same city on both sides, that's amazing to me. See, we have one, like as we just said. So Aubrey Wodonga on the New South Wales and Victoria border. The town is on either. There's towns on either side, but they are considered to be split towns. Like, it's just. Have you ever heard of the Twin Cities? I've heard Nick talk about the Twin Cities. I have never once bothered to look it up. I just assumed that maybe it meant that they were like buildings. I don't know. They fuck things over when they have the state lockdowns. Oh, don't even get me started. It's no big deal. It is to some people outside of America. It is. That's astounding. Then there's Queen Bian that runs really close to Canberra. That's true too. So, all right.
The day of the double homicide. That is criminal conduct. Moorhead also failed to describe that she had a past romantic relationship with the judge on the case.
She did
Once
what
again, corrupt behavior. After her tenure in the county DA's office, Moorhead moved to the U.S. Attorney's office in Kansas, where she became embroiled in another alleged ethical breach or breaches and was removed from criminal cases in 2021.
Jesus.
Continuing to fail up, Moorhead was criticized in the U.S. Department of Justice investigation after a federal judge in 2017 tossed the defendant's conviction on drug charges. On the March 20 filing with the Kansas Supreme Court, signed by Alice Walker, Deputy Disciplinary Administrator of the Kansas Board of Discipline Attorneys, asked the court to forego an April pre-hearing and a May formal hearing because Moorhead had agreed to surrender her license to practice law. The board recommended that the high court accept it. The court approved the request and is now expected to issue a formal disbarment, which is standard practice on the Kansas Supreme Court rules when an attorney surrenders their law license. Put it up. The attorney should have one of these too. Okay. Meanwhile, Golubsky faces a federal trial this fall on charges that he violated the civil rights of multiple Black women and in separate cases protected a KCK drug dealer who was running a sex trafficking operation of underage girls. He is currently on home arrest and was recently chided by a federal magistrate for violating his arrest conditions by going to a fast food place. He should simply be in jail as well.
Okay, I get that he's fat, but like, is he on home arrest? Like, why was it an issue that he went to a fast food place? I'm assuming he was on home arrest. See, and yet everyone still defends cops, crying just a few bad cops, myth busted. Dallas-Fort Worth area is another one as well. Bigger cities, though. Huh. No shit. Well, there you go.
All right, so here we are. At least the prosecutor is getting disbarred. Some people are saying that is not good enough.
Oh,
because this criminal conspiracy requires co-conspirators. It requires it. He's one man. He's one human being. He committed carnage and violated individuals for decades under the protection of the criminal justice system in Kansas. There's an opportunity now to hold people accountable who actually decided to aid and abet. Some of them probably were point people to the operation, and he may have been auxiliary, and then vice versa, depending on the circumstance. All of them are bad apples. All of them engaged in criminal conduct, in my opinion, and all of them should have criminal penalty for what they have done to black men and black women since 1990. This is just one small group of people. There are groups like this all over this country. They have not been caught. They have not been held accountable, and some of them are still in positions of absolute authority in this system. All right. Yasmin, thoughts here?
Yeah, of course, this is not nearly enough of a consequence. She ruined at least one
Wait. I'm just going to say, so he went through all of that and he's thrown to her for a minute and a half with a commentary.
person's life that we know of. She took his life from him, took any opportunity he may have had from him. He was a teenager at the time, but she was able to have a fulfilling career with a high salary, with a lot of protections, as we now see. She was able to live her life outside of prison walls. She was able to work, have a family, have friends. She was able to retire. And she was able to live with herself after having done something like this, knowing what she did. I don't know how she did that. That really is a different kind of person who can intentionally or deliberately destroy somebody's life and then go to sleep for the next 20 or 30 years. But the collusion between the detective and the prosecutor is such a case in point. It's unapologetic evidence of the corruption within law enforcement and government that we all know exists. So I really hope we see further consequences for Moorhead, because a disbarment after she's already retired really just feels like an additional injustice.
Yeah, it really does. And we're not talking about, lying under.
Why though? It's still like she's retired from the prosecutor's office. It doesn't mean that her being disbarred means she cannot act as an attorney at all for the remainder of her life. That's still taking something from her. Is the reporter smaller? Is the microphone big? I think that's just a big microphone, if I'm honest. A little bit Mia Khalifa.
The oath about a big nothing. Right? We're talking about consequence that took the life of other people and aided and abetted a murderer, a corrupt cop whose actions likely led to the deaths of multiple people in the span of his career, sexual assault, everything else, pinning cases on innocent people. Come on now. You have to get arraigned and indicted. All right, we'll bring you updates as they come.
Huh. Damn, I almost got excited and then I thought I was on the front page of Rumble. No. Small hands. Oh, small hands make everything look huge. That's why my mic looks so small. Although, hang on. Is this a better look? Is me having the mic right in front of my face a better look? Or is it like, how is that in terms of the audio? Is that more shock jock sort of style? Because I wanted to, you can get the things that you put around the mic and have Aussie Overlawd and all that sort of crap on it, and just yeah, I don't know, maybe not. The audio's better. Oh shit. Well, there you go. Welcome to Law News and Laughter on 101.1 Today FM. How we doing, folks? I don't know why I did that. Fuck it. Moving on.
A particular detective.
No, I'm not watching that again. So we already had the delusional guy. All right. You hate when you can't see someone's full face. Well, you can still see my face. Chris says the audio's the same. Okay. Dude's stash doesn't, what is it? Doesn't hit his upper lip. No, and it's a little gap here that weirds me the fuck out. All right. Florida man allegedly ran to police for help after a failed burglary attempt. Throating the micro here is very popular, but only on Wednesdays. Only on ass Wednesdays. Usually right after committing a crime, burglars run away from police. But this week in Florida, an accused burglar ran right to one sitting at a stoplight before he allegedly brazenly asked for help. Terry Jennings of Pompano Beach, Florida, was arrested on April 29, according to a statement from the Coconut Creek Police Department. Arrest records are short on details about what unfolded in the alleged exchange with the officer, but the police said that the 24-year-old man saw the parked squad car after fleeing the scene of his own crime and came running up to him wanting help. Sure, why not? The officer quickly determined that the man was running away from a resident after the resident found him trying to break into his home in South Creek. It's a rare case of a suspected thief runs to instead of away from a police officer, the statement also said. An arrest affidavit alleges that Jennings entered an unlocked car on April 29 in a gated community and removed a wallet from the center console. The wallet had just $20 in cash, the victim's driver's license, and an association ID. Terry was later found in the backyard of the resident and to have the victim's driver's license and a $20 bill in his pocket after being detained by police. Maybe stolen goods were too heavy. Pompano, thank you. Okay, here's the thing. Unless the victim saw him pull the money out of his wallet, prove to me that that $20 bill did not already belong to him. Jennings was unable to explain to police why he had those items in his possession. You don't have to explain shit aside from, the victim's driver's license and an ID. Then that's problematic. Jennings, police said that they were helped in part by a woman who told police she had spotted Jennings on home surveillance trying to break into her car, but that it was locked. Publicly available jail records show Jennings was charged with 4 felony charges, including unarmed burglary of an unoccupied dwelling or structure and attempted burglary. Jennings remains in detention at the Broward County Jail. It's always Broward County Jail. Joseph Conte facility on a bond of $6,000. It's unclear if he's retained an attorney. That's insanity. You know how when you're kids and your parents tell you, if you're ever in trouble that you should run to the nearest police officer to get help? I think after a certain point that stops being applicable, especially if you've just committed a crime. Just saying. And now we've got to talk about the woman, the banana, and the bull. A woman fed a bull a banana here and there, but the cops were called when he showed up at her back door. Commit a crime that involves stolen cash. I doubt he gets to keep any change that he already has on him. I would say so. What do they call it? Civil forfeiture or whatever it is. You know, it's scary that when we were kids, we would have the safety house programs. I know. So, guys, so for those of you that don't know, we had the safety house program. You may have had something similar in America or whatnot. We actually had houses that would have a yellow sticker of a smiling house on it that would be stuck on the front porch of someone's house or on their gate. These were the houses that kids were trained to go, okay, this sticker is on this house. It's safe to go to these people for help. There was no vetting. There was no investigations into these people. It was literally they volunteered to be someone that would assist someone if they knocked on the door. It is now coming out decades later that there were so many issues with that. You can stick a smiley sticker on your house and have children delivered to your front door. Well, yeah, what could go wrong? Exactly. We had DARE. We did too. The drug awareness program. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. This was back in a day and age when you knew your neighbors. But what was worse was in the instances where individuals actually tried to make contact with people that had one of these stickers on their houses and were told to fuck off. Like, there were kids running up because they were scared, or there was a dog chasing them, or whatever else, and they're banging on the door saying, "Can I please call my parents? Can I please call the police?" And the people with the stickers on their houses were turning them away. The people who had them, were the people who they should be running away from. The Watchman smile face. Wait, what? A police officer handed me a bag of weed in the 90s. Holy shit. They actually taught us to look at in school to look out for the stickers. Hang on. Let me just I'll see if I can find it. Hang on. Safety House program. Do they still have it? Yeah, they closed it in 2013 because of issues. Hang on, let me see. Okay, now I need to pull up the reasons as why it was closing. Come on, Web Archive. Wayback Machine. Oh, I'm having way too much fun with this. I really shouldn't be because it's just twisted. Please be saved. Please be saved. Access in 2018. 2019. I mean, the article was 2023, so why is it not already open? Okay, so it's bookmarked on the 16th of September. Reload. Oh, it's not going to let me open it. Blast. Safety Houses program, whose iconic triangular yellow logo has adorned letterboxes for decades, is to be wound up. The program, which effectively offers a refuge for school children concerned about their safety, was voted on July 3 to cease operations. Dear, the best program ever. I was 5 or 6 at the time. How would I would have been? I would have been 7 or 8 when they came through our school. Neighborhood Watch here. Often houses with stickers were sold and the new owners were not involved. That's fair. I will give you that. Still some scary remnants where you walk through certain suburbs and there's a rusty safety house sign area still there. Yeah. Where's the? Just show me. Just give me the image then. No, that's no. Okay. You know what? Open the image in the new tab then. Here we go. Oh wait, I'm in StreamYards. I don't need to worry about moving it. This is these are the signs that used to be on the door. Would you trust this woman if your kids knocked on her door? It's literally like, I'm sorry, but you know, kind of has a little bit of a witch feel to it. We had blue light discos as kids. Have no idea why the cops did so many stupid programs to help kids. No clue. Probably because at the time they were actually trying to get kids to trust the police. But anyway. All right. So Brewer says she's going to send some stuff through. But in the meantime, a woman fed a bull a banana here and there. And when the cops called, the cops were called when he showed up at her back door. Mansfield police took the bull safely back to its pasture, and it and another bull wandered up to Latoya Keeling's up to their backyard daily, where she would give them a snack. Latoya Keeling of Mansfield learned that pretty organically Wednesday night when a young bull surprisingly looked through her back window. He walked up to the window and peeked his eyeball through there. "I know you're home," she said with a laugh. The bull named Curly by Keeling for his curly hair, and another young bull, the Keelings call him Mo. Curly and Mo, where's Larry? Wandered up from the pasture behind her home daily. Keeling loves seeing the two young bulls, I'll bet, and has been innocently throwing them bananas occasionally, but she didn't think one would break through the barbed wire fence trying to find her and the banana. You conditioned them. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Just another reason why you don't feed other people's animals without asking them first. Yeah, no shit. House is built out of candy. There's a witch inside, and you see a yellow sticker. Yep. It was around 8 p.m. I saw a silhouette outside, and I was like, I know he didn't get up here. She chuckled. The backyard's about 2 to 3 feet above the pasture, but Curly climbed through the fence. Their harmless relationship went to the next level, so the police had to be called. He didn't know how to get back down, and I didn't know how to get him back down, so I called the non-emergency line. Where's the video? There's got to be video of this.
From body camera, and that perpetrator weighed well over 1,000 pounds.
As Matt Howerton reports, the homeowner says this particular crime is forgivable.
Oh, that's bad.
I have gave him a banana once or twice.
Oh, there's another one too.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Bulls love bananas.
They remember that banana.
Latoya Keeling found that out the other night.
He'll come, he'll act like he eating the leaves, but he'll be looking into the house like, I know y'all home. Come give me a banana, you know?
These 2 young bulls live in a pasture behind her Mansfield home.
That's the banana feeder.
And she's innocently been feeding them a banana here and there anytime she sees them. But Wednesday night,
I said, I know he didn't get up here.
She saw one of them where they weren't supposed to be.
He walked in the front window and peeked his eyeball in there. Like, yeah, I know y'all home. Like,
One of the bulls had pushed through the barbed wire fence and was trying to find LaToya. A harmless
He's trying to do it
relationship
now.
suddenly went to the next level. So
he didn't know how to get back down, and I didn't know how to get him back down.
LaToya,
Well, because that's that whole thing. Like, is it just cows or is it just horses that you can lead them upstairs quite literally, but they will will not go back down? Based on the height difference on that retaining wall, I'm not surprised that the cows wouldn't jump back down.
called a non-emergency line, and officers came to break up this love of bull
Uh-oh.
story.
The one with the curly hair, he's the aggressive one. He was nudging him.
But the officers did their job, successfully leading the bull back to its pasture.
Say hello to the perpetrator. LaToya and her boyfriend call him Curly, so that naturally makes
LaToya and her bull call him
this one Mo.
All right, buddy. The fence going to be rebuilt, and LaToya
Don't feed young bulls bananas. They're like cats. They'll come back.
probably gonna dial back on feeding time. In Mansfield, I'm Matt Howerton.
Now, Burberry's was kind enough to send me through a copy of the Safe Houses ad from, what was it, 1988. Oh, boy. No, hang on. I should probably make sure that the audio's on this.
Have you ever been walking home from school and you think you're being followed? It's too far to run home and you're really scared. Do you know what to do? I do.
You're walking home from school and you think you're being followed. Do you know what to do?
She knows to run to the nearest safety house. A house with this sign has someone inside who will comfort a frightened, sick, or lost child and then notify the police.
There were a couple of instances where they didn't follow up on that last bit. Let's put it that way.
You're for the safety house scheme, aren't you, Gail?
Certainly am. Safety house people really are kind and caring, and they're thoroughly checked by the New South Wales Police.
If you spend some of each day at home, then you can help keep...
Some of those police checks didn't go through. And it wasn't just in New South Wales. It this was rolled out across various states.
kiddies safe. Now jot down this number and then inquire about becoming a safety householder.
Over at Jay's, back soon.
All right, darling. Make sure your children know where their local safety houses are. Teach them what this sign means and how to use it.
Every neighbourhood needs safety houses.
They're the best neighbors you can have.
Everybody needs good neighbors. Except when the people moved houses and the stickers were still up. Yep.
Phone 332-9366 and become a safety householder.
So, it was a good idea. It was just that they didn't necessarily pay attention to a whole bunch of stuff. So, all right. In terms of where are we? So we're already at we're already at an hour 39. Suddenly feel a retro video game binge coming on. In terms of news articles, Miami-Dade cell phone store employee says woman stole $1,100 from him by using a Cash App on his phone. People, back in the day when neighbors actually looked out for each other, yes. I mean, what could go wrong? Exactly. People, if you're going to hand someone your phone, if they're a stranger, maybe make sure that they can't access Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that sort of stuff. Go and teaching my kids to lower their target transition time and triple tap Mozambique drills all day. An employee at a cell phone store in northeast Miami-Dade was conned out of cash by a clever criminal customer. Police said when she asked to use the victim's phone. Speaking with 7 News on Thursday, the employee, who was asked not to be identified or show his face on camera, said his mistake was believing the woman who targeted him at work in the first place. I gave her my phone, he said. Surveillance cameras captured the subject as she approached the employee at Talk for Less Wireless, located in the northeast 6th Avenue and 165th Street on April 18. The story that she gave him, could I use your phone to text my mum, she said, she's heard saying in the security footage. The woman made her way to the front counter after she entered the business, saying she needed to help and needed to reach her mother. So give her a quarter for a payphone. Oh, wait, do they still exist? The employee said that he was looking to help her out. She showed me that she was texting her mother, he said. This employee said that he wants his story out there to warn others. He said that the woman only used his phone for a few minutes. Tell me again why it takes minutes to text somebody. She gave me back my phone and left. Thank you. The subject is heard saying in the security footage. The victim, who helps people with phone issues for a living, said he thought nothing of it at first. Moments later, he checked his email and a payment of $1,100 had been made to somebody on Cash App. The victim said the smartphone swindler got into his app and quickly sent sent his money away. Dexter Lubin, who owns Talk for Less, said he flipped his lid in frustration over the fraud committed in his shop. No, he's heard screaming in the security footage. I lost it because I could just not believe that it happened here. I don't think people got dumber over the last 20 years. People were always brain dead. Possibly. I love that the store owner is more pissed off that it happened in his store than anything else. Do you all take Cash App? She's heard saying in the security footage. The surveillance video later captured officers entering the store through the same door as the woman. One of the officers had a question for the staff. Do you guys fix this? He said, holding up his watch. The police did not view or collect surveillance footage during their visit. Detectives filed a report, and the officials with the PD said they were investigating the theft, which is a common one. Back on April 15, 7 News reported that a woman and others in Miami Beach who handed over their phones to help a stranger only to get swindled via transferring apps like Venmo and Cash App. You don't think this is ever going to happen until it happens to you, Lubin said. I tried to help somebody out and they took advantage. The employee who was said that the employee was targeted. It's not a good feeling. Like, can I use your phone to text my dead Democrat voting family members? No, Ichiro, you may not. Banks can track where the money went. What was their end goal? Probably to move it to an account and then withdraw the cash as quickly as possible. Would be my proposition there.
Now, in just one station, a store employee conned out of cash by a clever criminal customer. Police say that woman asked to use the phone.
And when a worker gave her his cell, she was caught on camera dialing up trouble. The night team Sheldon Fox is live in North Miami with the exclusive. Sheldon.
Smartphone swindle, Joe and Belkis. It's what happened in Northeast Miami-Dade last week, and it is all caught on camera. Look out.
I gave her my phone.
A fraudster's
Dumbass.
on the phone. It's what those who work and operate Talk for Less say happened here last week when this woman arrived. She came right through this door and made her way over to the front counter. She came in looking for help and with a story about needing to text her mother. She would then meet her victim, the employee of the store, who was just trying to help her out.
Showed me that she was texting her mother.
The employee, telling us about how he got duped on the job, didn't want to show his face, but he wants his story out there as a warning to others. After a few minutes of letting this woman use his phone,
She gave me back my phone and left.
thank you. Thinking nothing of it, the employee, who helps people with phone issues for a living, was just trying to be nice. But when he checked his email moments later,
A payment of $1,100 was sent to somebody on Cash App.
he says she got into his app and quickly sent away his money.
I didn't lose it because I just could not believe that happened here.
Dexter Lubin owns the cell phone store and flipped his lid in frustration over fraud committed in his shop.
She also asked if we take Cash App.
Hey, I take Cash App.
Hello. How's it going? Police were called. The first thing this Miami-Dade officer did was ask if they could fix his watch.
That's
No
funny.
surveillance was viewed or collected during their visit, Lubin told us. A report was filed, and the department says it's investigating the theft, which is a common
So they've got very clean security footage of her as well.
one.
It all happened so fast.
Last week, 7 News reported on this woman and others in Miami Beach who handed over their phones to help a stranger, only to get swindled via transferring apps like Venmo and Cash App.
You don't think these things are going to happen until they happen to you.
I tried to help somebody out and they took advantage. It's not a great feeling.
He was taken from, all right. Get a look at this woman. Police are trying to find her. This happened at Talk for Less 6th Avenue off 165th Street Northeast. Anybody with information urged to pick up the phone right away and call Crime Stoppers. You can collect cash and do it the legal way for the right anonymous tip. We're live in North Miami. Sheldon Fox, 7 News Night Team.
All right, Sheldon.
Sorry, just sending one very quick message.
Now on Just One Station.
What's that? They were very disappointed with my cancer. Oh, shit. Has anyone not seen Adam Savage from Mythbusters speak about how they ended up not doing an episode on NFC security? Yeah. I believe that particular episode was destroyed because they'd actually prepared all the experiments and everything. And I think that was one of 2 or 3 episodes that didn't actually make it to air. So, I don't think I really care about the fact that they were putting a. Some people were very upset because they decided to build a historical statue, but apparently people just keep running into it because they can't make left turns or some shit. So they want to do a feasibility study as to whether or not they should put a roundabout in. Do people not know that officers don't really do an investigation of civil matters? They hand it off to investigators, CID. Huh. All right. Whew. All right. Well, I suppose. What do we got? 71% of you have said you want me to throw a game on. I have no issues with that. I'm more than happy to stick to an earlier game as well. So we got actually half decent footage. So what? We'll head back to 2013 for week 6. And guys, I will take this opportunity to remind you, I got 6 days to try and sort out getting to Vegas. So if you haven't already, please share this out. If you've already given some sort of donation or helped out in any way, shape, or form, my heart very much thanks you. But, see, I suck at grifting. I really do. To be fair, no one wants to wants to go left economically if they have any sanity. Fair enough. All right, let's get stuck into it, shall we? Fix up the audio. All right. For those of you who this is not their cup of tea, to you, I say thank you. If you don't want to stick around and watch, maybe just double check that you've hit the like button on the way out. Otherwise, let's get ready for some football. Oh, actually, also remember.
Unfortunately, some members of the media
use their platforms to push their own personal bias, and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
The Chicago Bliss suffered a devastating loss 3 weeks ago against LA. They look to bounce back tonight as they host the Las Vegas in a crucial Western Conference matchup. It's all next on LFL Saturday Night Football.
You say that it's like knock off Nickelback, whatever you want. But I mean, it's gonna wake me up, that's for sure.
Are you ready? Some will bow and some will break. Not everyone has what it takes to be a part of the elite. We are the chosen. We are the beautiful, indestructible.
The wink. What season is this? 2013, so we're seeing the good shit. I just like to point out, I put a game on, 20 people instantly out the door. What's it? Hayden wants to push his agenda of watching bikini-clad tackle sports. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's Sunday night. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I need, like, as much to de-stress.
You are looking at downtown Chicago, Illinois, where tonight the 0-1 Chicago Bliss look to get back into the race for the Midwestern Division as they take on a highly anticipated Las Vegas team. Hello, LFL Nation, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Bobby Hugo, I'm Van All Right. Bobby, another outstanding matchup on the schedule tonight. as the Las Vegas Sin make their 2013 debut against a Chicago Bliss team that is loaded with talent.
The Chicago Bliss have everything you're looking for in a championship offense, and their head coach is one of the best. Keith Hack knows every aspect of football, and he can motivate the team better than anybody. At quarterback, you also have one of the best, Heather Rockstar Furr.
Heather
She's the sort
Furr
of
is in
leader
the
that a
house.
team can rally around. And the most exciting part about this offense is the playmaker, Crisdell the Ferrari Harris. She's absolutely electrifying out of the backfield. With all this talent, Chicago has no excuse to let another game go, Vanderl.
The Bliss do have a tough matchup on their hands against a Las Vegas team that has plenty of talented veterans, led by all-fantasy quarterback Nikki Johnson. Anxious to continue her LFL success in her 2013 debut.
Nikki's go.
You know what? I can potentially answer that for you. Give me 2 seconds.
Go-to target is the prototype wideout, Cassandra Strickland. At 5'11", 155, Strickland has all the tools to be the most feared receiver in the game, Vanderl.
Every reason to believe this is going to be an offensive shootout. And for more on what Chicago needs to do to slow down the Las Vegas Sin, we take you down to the field and the third member of our broadcast team, Lisa Ligon. Lisa.
Thanks, Van Earl. Well, a few weeks ago, we saw just how much intensity Chicago brings to the field. The problem is, it seems like a lot of their energy tends to go into unsportsmanlike conduct instead of making plays. The defensive ends, Yashi Rice and Chantel Taylor, need to stay out of the drama and instead funnel that aggression to go after Nikki Johnson, their quarterback. If they can keep the pressure on her and limit her time in the pocket, then they might just go home with their first win of the season tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lisa. LFL fans, we are moments away from kickoff. It's the Las Vegas Sin taking on the Chicago Bliss. Kickoff is next.
So many phrasing.
Welcome back to Chicago, where we are about to kick it off. Let's quickly go down to the field where own Lisa Ligon is with the Chicago Bliss running back.
Thanks, Van Earl. Now, Crisdell, you're coming to this game with your back against the wall at 0-1. Is this a must-win for you?
It's a must-win. No exceptions. No exceptions. We're going to win. You bet not.
Okay. One thing that I want to say, I couldn't pull up the stats for yesterday's game because, yesterday's stream, I should say, the 6-hour game. 6 hours worth of games. Damn, I'm tired. But I pulled up the after party for the week before on the 28th of April. 52.4% of the viewership is listed as female. More than half of you that sat and watched Titty Ball with me a week ago were female. Doesn't that say something? Like, doesn't it really? Just do a poll. No, because I don't trust the fellas in chat.
All right, good luck tonight. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
You heard it, Van Earl. Crisdell Harris guaranteed a win tonight, and somehow Vegas is going to have to figure a way out to stop her.
Vegas is ready to go. Chicago and Laura Peterson ready to go. Chicago wearing the home blue. Vegas in the road white uniforms. Amber Wilson will handle the kicking duties for the visitors from the desert. Chicago looking to protect their sparkling home record of 4 wins against just 1 loss. We are underway for Saturday Night Football. Shalina Taylor with the return at her own 2. All kinds of space. Look at her go before a touchdown saving tackle. Wow, what a great return by Shalina Taylor.
Van Earl, unbelievable first play right here. Taylor gets the ball. One missed block right there by Vegas. She almost takes it coast to coast. The kicker, Amber Wilson, saved 6. What a start for Chicago.
A return of 37 yards. Heather Furr all excited about the outstanding field position she and her offense will have on their first possession. Last time we saw Heather Furr, she was getting beat up. Under pressure all night against LA. We had the chance to talk to Heather about protection before tonight's game.
I'm sure you did.
In game 1, the protection on the offensive line was a little shaky, and in this game, I know we've really worked on that, and with more protection, I'll feel a lot more comfortable in the pocket, and Vegas is really going to have to watch out.
They made 2 big changes up front with Marwick and D. Silvestro up front, Van Earl. They need to play big for Heather Furr.
Hand off to Crisdell Harris on first down. Let's meet Chicago's starting offense.
Tina Fagiano, tight end. Margarita Silvestro, center. Jamie Barwick, offensive line. Meredith Mulford, wide receiver. Allie Albert,
Wide receiver. Because Dale Harris, running back. Heather Fern, quarterback.
That inexperienced line
Those
has to
tackles,
play big tonight.
very
Darryl.
little in
Second and 6, and again, Christel Harris walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Just 2 plays from scrimmage, and the home team is on the board.
Sensational start for the Bliss. A basic handoff right there, giving it to Ferrari. A missed tackle and a hold right there. It didn't look like they called it, but she walked into the end zone.
They missed that bear hug of a hole, no doubt. And now Chicago lines up for the points after. What a fantastic start to this game for Heather Furr and Chicago.
Dina Fagiano, she got away with a big hold right there. I don't know how the refs missed it, but it's 6 points for Chicago.
Heather Furr working from the shotgun for the conversion. Looking to throw it right side. Now tucks and runs. And met by a host of Vegas players. The conversion fails, but Chicago jumps out to the early lead.
A great play by Maria Palacios off the corner, comes up, stops Heather Furr for getting in, but Chicago jumps out early, 6-0.
That'll be the turn of the visitors from Las Vegas. Heather Furr now jumps on the defensive side of the football. As Chicago looks at hey, there's Pablo, he's in the house. As Vegas takes the field, let's meet their starters offensively.
I did also think it was appropriate for it to be a Vegas game. So we got the Vegas in on there with the Chicago Bliss. How's the trip going? Look, another $64, and I'm about a third of the way there.
Stephanie Henderson, center. Jansen Bray, tight end.
Damn.
Maddie McCoy, tight end.
Oh, yeah.
Cassandra Strickland, wide receiver. Kelly Schrader, wide receiver. Carmen Borcel, running back. Nikki Johnson, quarterback.
You gotta love the ladies that come
I
with their own
expect a big game from Nikki Johnson. She's the field general up there. A lot of people think she's the number 2 quarterback in the LFL.
On first down for Vegas, they hand it off to Carmen Borceau, a gain of 6 yards. Out to the 16-yard line before being stopped by Shalina Taylor.
Carmen Borceau, she's got great speed and power. She came over as a free agent from Los Angeles. They'll go to her a lot tonight, Vanderl.
2nd and 4 for Las Vegas. As they work from their own 16-yard line, Johnson, the handoff to Cassandra Strickland left side, picks up a couple of yards. Let's meet the starters defensively for Chicago.
Chantel Taylor, defensive line. Tracy Barnes, linebacker. Yashi Rice, defensive line. Laura Sticks Peterson, safety. Kim Perez, cornerback. Ali Albert, safety.
That was a very
Heather
square
Furr,
face.
safety.
Watch out for Yashi Rice tonight, the sister of all-pro NFL defensive end Simeon Rice.
3rd and 1 for Las Vegas, but they find a lot of running room straight up the middle as they hand it off to Carmen Borceau. She picks up 6 yards out to midfield. Good enough for a first down for Vegas.
Carmen Borceau, she's not flashy back there. She's a strong, big back, and she'll get tough yards. 6 yards right there. Look for her to get the ball locked tonight.
1st and 10 for Vegas from midfield. Nikki Johnson. Pass over the middle and caught by Kelly Schrader. A gain of 16 yards, good enough for another first down. Vegas on the move.
Nobody spins the ball better than Nikki Johnson. Poise in the pocket, 8-yard hook. Right there, Kelly Schrader, yards after the catch, 8 more yards. Great play by Nikki Johnson and Schrader.
Well, Schrader is a new weapon for Nikki Johnson, Bobby, and she should really compliment Cassandra Strickland on the other side of the field. It's now 1st and goal for Las Vegas. From the 9-yard line of Chicago, they hand it off to Borceau, but Yashi Rice comes up and throws Borceau for a loss.
Yashi, incredible rights. She has a good attack off the edge as anybody. Her swim technique is unstoppable, Vanderl.
And her great play on defense pushed Vegas back 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and goal, but this time from the 12. And a whistle stops play. Looks like a false start on Vegas. Our referee for the night is Tony Lombardo.
I shouldn't be caring as much as I am, but now I'm going down the rabbit hole about the Elvis female stat.
Vanderl, I know it's Vegas' first game, but a penalty at Chicago's 12-yard line is a huge buzzkill that really can affect Las Vegas' momentum. Coach Cap's got to be beside himself.
After they got down to the 9-yard line, they lost 3, and then they got backed up 5, so now they're working 2nd and goal from the 17. Johnson looking to throw, looking for Schrader, caught complete
Ooh.
A gain of about 5 yards back down to the 12-yard line. Our first chance tonight to check out Las Vegas after coming up just one game shy of the LFL championship.
I should specify, yes, my mic is very low when the game audio is going on. For some stupid reason, Windows 11 and Rodecaster and StreamYard, it only happens in StreamYard for some reason, but it overrides my audio and drops me below whatever else is playing. I have no idea why. Vices has the same issue. We're trying to work it through it.
Championship last season. New team, new coaching staff, and we talked to Nikki Johnson about the changes.
We're an entirely different team. I think we got more athletes, we have a better coaching staff, so we're way more prepared. And so I really think we're going to make it to the championship for sure.
Nikki Johnson, just a pure passer. Let's see if Coach Cap and Johnson can make it to the championship this year, Vanderl.
Right now, Johnson and Vegas facing a 3rd and goal. Looking to go to the air again. Incomplete. Intended for Maddie McCoy.
Vanderl, you don't see that much. Nikki Johnson had Maddie McCoy open. She short-armed it. It came up a couple yards short, but they could have had a big play there.
Nikki Johnson and Vegas started this first offensive possession of their new season pretty.
Yes, it is, but until, and I've just paused it there for dramatics, until Streamlabs get their fingers out of their asses and work out how to be able to stream like this and have guests as well as sharing video, I'm stuck using StreamYard for when we have Titty Ball streams, basically.
Well, but they have stalled here in the red zone with a penalty, a loss, and now an incomplete pass. And now it's a 4th down for Las Vegas. Looking to reverse, but the pig drops to the floor. Picked up by Chicago's Yashi Rice. Chicago takes over, and they do so right at midfield.
They try to run the reverse to Strickland. A bad handoff. The ball goes down. Who else but Yashi Rice comes up with it. Huge turnover for Chicago.
Chicago football when we come back. So Heather Furr and Christelle Harris get their second chance on offense for the home team here in Chicago after the Las Vegas fumble. 1st and 10 for Chicago. The handoff to the Ferrari. Right side, bobbles the football, able to hold on to it, and picks up 8 yards. Let's meet the starters defensive.
Certain individuals have issues with using Discord. But yes, I could theoretically use that as a workaround.
For Vegas.
Jenny Yukich Gardenhire, defensive end. Danica Brace, middle linebacker.
Damn.
Candace Solar, defensive end. Amber Wilson, cornerback. Maria Palacios, defensive back. Raquel Krause, strong safety. Amanda Strickland, free safety.
Danica Brace, a longtime 4-year veteran. She needs a breakout season this year, Vanderl.
Hand off to, oh my! Amber Wilson just cleaned out Allie Alberts on that tackle right there.
Unbelievable play by Amber Wilson. Watch this. She didn't go for the fake. She flattens Allie Alberts. That's 2 hits like that. Last week she got.
That's where I've been leaning. Because at the moment, if I try and use it through Streamlabs, and sorry to stop the game, I'm just go all over the place at the moment. At the moment, what I do is I take StreamYard, import it into Streamlabs, and that's why we get the choppy video. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm thinking that Zoom may work, but we'll have to wait and see.
Hit by Ashley Salerno. This week it's Amber Wilson. Wow.
Loss of 1 yard on the play for Chicago. Backs them up to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bliss. That was a hit we felt all the way up here.
That was incredible. Thank God we're up here in the booth. What a hit by Amber Wilson.
Heather Furr in Chicago now facing a 3rd and 3. The pitch and then the end around, but they dropped the ball. Laura Peterson put the pig on the floor, and now a terrible loss by Chicago.
Vanderl, that play was actually there. Stix Peterson, if she could have held the ball, the whole Vegas defense was coming to the left. It was there, but they couldn't execute the handoff.
A loss of 13 yards on that play, and now it's 4th down for Keith Hack and the Chicago Bliss. He is frustrated right now. Christelle Harris also feeling bad after that mishandling of the handoff to Laura Peterson on the end around.
That's been their problem, Vanderl, putting the ball on the ground. That killed them against Los Angeles. They're doing it again tonight.
4th and 16, quick snap to Heather Furr, looking to throw, looking for Christelle Harris, completed, caught. Harris breaking a tackle, breaking 2 tackles, getting it down inside the 15-yard line.
Great poise in the pocket by Heather Furr. She was getting pressure out of the backfield. Christelle Harris, just a dump over the middle. A great block by Di Silvestro. Breaks Harris free almost for 6. Great fourth down play by Heather Furr.
Gain of 19 yards, and just to add to Chicago's already impressive offense, number 3 in the LFL right now. What they got to do, though, is quit putting the football on the ground.
Turnover to kill them. They're averaging 150 yards per game, 85 on the ground and 65 in the air.
1st and 10 after that great play and great display of poise by Furr, and then a great run after the catch by Harris. 1st and 10 from the Las Vegas 14 for Chicago. Keeping it on the ground. Putting it in the hands of Christelle Harris. Another strong run by Ferrari. She's in. She's in the end zone. Another Chicago touchdown. Christelle Ferrari Harris.
Van Earl Ferrari Harris is simply playing at a different level than anyone in the LFL this year. She can score points quicker than Steph Curry can. I cannot believe how easy they're scoring on Vegas tonight. Sweep right to Harris. Great blocking up front by Ballwick and Di Silvestro. Harris walks in for 6. She's handling the ball like a loaf of bread, though. She's got to tuck it and carry it high and tight, Van Earl.
And you think she would have learned by now how important it is to protect that football. Final seconds of the first quarter here. Chicago may be challenged to get the snap of this conversion try off before the horn sounds here at the end of the first quarter. There's the horn right there. Chicago will try for the conversion after we come back. They lead at 12-0.
Damn, that was fast.
There's Las Vegas head coach Jeremiah Captain. Lisa Liggett is down on the field with Chicago's top wideout.
Thanks, Van Earl. Now I'm here with Allie Alberts. Now, it looks like you got over your concussion. You guys are off to a great start. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
I feel fantastic. I mean, obviously I can take a hit and I can get back to it too, so I'm looking forward to keeping on doing that. I mean, I got hit a couple of times there. I'm totally fine with it. I just want to go out there and play. Good luck.
Back to you guys.
Van Earl, she is showing no signs of that concussion tonight. I'll tell you what, though, Coach Hack, he loves to win so much. He is so intense. He hates mistakes like they had against Los Angeles. The ball going down on the floor, I love his intensity.
Gotta love that man's intensity, and it never goes below 10. We start the second quarter here with Vegas trying to deny Heather Furr and Chicago on the conversion play after Christelle Harris's second touchdown of this game. Chicago going for 2. And they're working from the shotgun.
No problem.
Oh, what? Pass was complete, but the attempt was denied by the Vegas defenders. So Chicago's lead of 12-0 will remain.
They tried to get the ball out in the flat right there to the Ferrari, but Vegas's defense for the first time tonight showed up and did not let them in for the conversion.
So now Las Vegas will take over on their second offensive possession of this game. Again, this is the season opener for the Las Vegas Sin. Nikki Johnson, their quarterback, trying to rally her troops quickly down 12 points to the home team here in Chicago. 1st and 10 for Las Vegas. Keeping it on the ground, handing it off to Carmen Borso right up the middle, and a gain of 5 yards.
I formation, Van Earl, basic handoff. Borso's into I formation, goes right up the gut. Good blocking by Stephanie Henderson. Danica Brace took a hit, though. She's down.
Ooh, she is down, and she is in some pain. Keith Hack taking this opportunity to give some instructions to his defense, but the concern is for Danica Brace, still down flat on her back on the field, now able to sit up. And looks like she's going to be all right.
She took a shot, Van Earl. I hope she's all right. She looks good. I mean, there she is jogging away. That's a good sign. Very good sign.
For Brace and the Las Vegas Sin. They picked up 5 yards on the last play. A run by Borso. So now they'll be facing a 2nd and 5 from the 15.
Nikki Johnson has to come up with something right here. She's an offensive machine, but right now Vegas hasn't done anything, Van Earl.
And that's due to Heather Furr and the Chicago defense. There goes Danica Brace, not able to continue, going to the Vegas bench after that injury on the previous play.
Heather Furr has the crowd going tonight. She looks like a different quarterback than that game against Los Angeles.
2nd and 5 for Nikki Johnson and the Las Vegas Sin, working from their own 15-yard line. Johnson taking the shotgun snap. Quick hitch pass, complete to Kelly Schrader. A good gain of 9 yards and good enough for a first down.
Just a quick screen to Kelly Schrader. Nikki Johnson called all her plays as the offensive coordinator in LFL Canada, Vanderbilt. Her pre-snap reads are the best in the league, and that's why she led the league in passing last year.
First and 10 for Johnson and the Sin. Working from their own 24-yard line. Again, the shotgun, and again, Johnson looking to go to the air. Looking one more time to Kelly Schrader. Pass falls incomplete, but a flag down on the play.
Allie Alberts coming up from the secondary, hit Kelly Schrader. She would have been 0 for 6, but she got there too quick.
Looks like it's going to be pass interference on Alberts and Las Vegas. Again, our referee for the night is Tony Lombardo.
Allie Alberts is a promising rookie. She plays on both sides of the ball. Great when she got there a little bit early on that play, Vanderbilt.
The pass interference penalty was against Allie Alberts. Good pickup of yardage for Las Vegas. They will have another first and 10, this time from the Chicago 16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground, handed off to Bourseau again. Another big pickup on the right side. A gain of 7 yards down into the red zone to the 9-yard line of Chicago.
Bourseau is running strong tonight. Interestingly, Van Earl, her coach was a running back who just got signed by the Buffalo Bills. Frank Summers coached her up a lot on running the ball. Now he's in Buffalo.
Nikki Johnson taking the shotgun snap for Vegas, and again they hand it off to Bourseau, who gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas, able to finally get on the scoreboard here in Chicago.
It looks like Carmen Bourseau doesn't need Coach Summers anymore. She's running incredible tonight. Great blocking up front. She takes it in for 6. And more importantly, she gets Vegas on the scoreboard. Now we got a ball game, Van Earl.
Absolutely. 9-yard touchdown run by Bourseau, cutting Chicago's lead in half. Heather Furr and the Bliss now lead it 12-6. Lining up for the conversion and the points after the touchdown. Johnson takes the shotgun snap, play action, rolling right, looking in the end zone. Pass a little too high, caught by one of the fans. They're part of the action now, but the attempt on the conversion is no good, so the score will remain 12-6. Pretty good catch.
Does that count, Van Earl? Great bootleg. Nobody was open, but the guy was. Should count for 1.
I don't think they're going to add to Chicago's point total because he is a Chicago fan.
Hey, Chris.
So Heather Furr and the Bliss offense takes over. First and 10, working from their own 10-yard line. Harris in the backfield behind Furr. The handoff to Harris. Cuts back inside, picks up positive yards. A gain of 6 out to the 16-yard line.
A great kick-out block by Dina Baggiano. I got to hand it to Coach Hack for making the changes in the offensive line. Jamie Warwick and Margie DiSilvestro are playing great tonight, along with Baggiano. The line looks great, Van Earl.
Indeed they do, and Christelle Harris reaping the rewards of those changes to Chicago's offensive line. 2nd and 4 for the Bliss, and again, they put it in the belly of Christelle Harris. And again, another positive run for the Ferrari for Chicago. An 8-yard gain, good enough for a first down.
The only motor that I know that runs as high as Christelle's is a G5. I'll tell you what, this girl is strong tonight. I would have her in my backfield anytime, anywhere.
And you got to wonder, why not just...
Yeah, but look, if it was just my commentary over the top with some music, it'd be really boring because we wouldn't hear the calls, we wouldn't hear the hits, we wouldn't hear all the other bits and pieces. But also, for those of you that haven't seen the banner down the bottom, seriously, feminists that got rid of this can suck it. The viewing streams across 26 streams over the last however long. 26 LFL after parties. 47% of the viewership have been female. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Let her run the ball every play because so far, every time she's run it, it's been a positive play for Chicago. Right now, they're right at midfield and they're facing a 1st and 10. The play action to Harris. Furr looking to throw, looking down the middle. Incomplete. Intended for number 1, Allie Alberts.
I like the first down call by Coach Hack. Everybody in the Sears Center thinks that Ferrari's going to get the ball. Then he takes a shot down the field to Allie Alberts. Heather Furr had her open. She just overthrew it. Great call, though, by Coach Hack.
Now a 2nd and 10 for Furr and the Bliss offense. It's great on these LFL broadcasts. You can hear the play being called in the huddle. Furr working the option, keeping it herself and picking up yards. 7 yards to be exact. Getting it into Las Vegas territory and down to the 19-yard line.
Dan Earl, that's the same play, the speed option. They fumbled the ball, a key fumble against Los Angeles. Heather Furr ran that straight down the line, read the defender, cut up. That's the way you run an option.
Got to wonder where the Vegas defense is, because Chicago seems to be running at will and moving the ball at will here in the second quarter in their own building. A 3rd and 3 from the 19. Again, the handoff to Harris. Right side this time. Look at him break that tackle. Move the pile and get it all the way down to the 10. What a run by Chris Dell, the Ferrari Harris.
Van Earl, she does not stop her motor. She keeps going. Watch this blocking. Good blocking again up front. She gets hit. She doesn't stop. She runs over 3 Vegas players right there. Incredible. Vegas can't tackle her.
Super strong run by Christelle Harrison. She has been the offense for Chicago. 56 yards already on the ground on just 7 rushes. That's an average of 8 per carry. Well, there's Danica Brace down on the field again. Remember, she was shaken up on the previous series, and Keith Hack taking the opportunity while there's an injury timeout to go over instructions. Boy, I think the previous injury to Brace might have been more serious than first believed.
Absolutely, Van Earl. She was one of the only girls making tackles tonight for Las Vegas. If she doesn't come back, that's going to be a huge loss.
Absolutely. That would be a really big blow for the Vegas defense. Meanwhile, Heather Furr and the Chicago offense continues to roll on this possession. Now facing a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They hand it off inside to Allie Alberts. A modest gain on the left side, maybe a gain of 1 yard into the red zone. Chicago continuing to get it done against Maria Palacios and the Vegas defense.
Van Earl, I'll tell you, Maria Palacios is having a great game.
Bobby, I
She's
kind
a
of like a
solid
little bit of
tackler.
cover.
She doesn't fall for fakes like that. She comes up from corner. I love the way she's playing.
The Vegas bench worried and concerned because they don't seem to have an answer defensively for Chicago right now.
Pay attention.
Heather Furr with the play call in the Chicago huddle. It's a 2nd and goal situation for Chicago from the 9. Low snap. Furr looking to throw. Scrambling around. Looks like she's going to take it around. No, stops and throws. Finds a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Chicago. Allie Alberts broke free. Furr spotted her. Touchdown, Chicago Bliss.
What a play by Heather Furr. That's why she was the LFL MVP a couple years ago. There's nothing here, Van Earl. She's making this all on her own out of nowhere. Allie Alberts breaks free. Heather Furr, not a great pass, but gets the job done.
Really good catch by Allie Alberts. A lot of improv on that play by both Alberts and her quarterback. And the Bliss fans here in Chicago are loving what they're seeing. Their team in blue is on fire right now.
This team looks completely different than they did against Los Angeles. No mistakes. Instead of mistakes, Heather Furr is making plays happen.
Chicago now leads at 18-6 after their 3rd touchdown of this first half. They've got to be just overflowing with confidence. Christelle Harris doing a great job toting the pig. Heather Furr taking the shotgun snap on the conversion. The fake to Harris. Furr racing for the corner. What a big hit right at the goal line. Denies the attempt after the big hit by number 4, Kelly Schrader of Las Vegas.
Kelly Schrader came out of nowhere. Looks like Keith Hack's going to challenge it, though. He thinks Heather got in. He's going to ask Furr if she got in.
Oh, don't waste the challenge. Come on.
They were lined up for the 2-point conversion, not just one. Keith Hack's not too sure if he should challenge.
She's right there. She's at the line. The ball is not over yet. That's a good non-challenge right there by Coach Hack. She did not get in the end zone.
And it looks like Coach Hack will not throw the challenge flag. Chicago leads at 18-6. 2 minutes remain in the first half.
Sweet.
Head coach Jeremiah, captain of Vegas, trying to rally his troops. Let's check in with Lisa and the other head coach.
Thanks, Van Earl. Now, Coach Hack, it looked like you were about to challenge
Okay, is it wrong of me that immediately I think that this game must be being played in Vegas because she looks like someone that you would find in Vegas?
Why didn't you do it, and what's different about this team tonight?
We're motivated. That first game really woke some people up. So now they know what it takes to win in this league. So hopefully we can keep it going.
And why didn't you challenge that? You're about to.
It was too close. We saw it on the replay, and it was just too close.
All right, well, thank you for that, Coach. Back to you guys.
Smart call by Coach Hack. Heatherford did not get in the end zone. He saw the replay. It wasn't it. He didn't make the call. Good job.
2 minutes remain in the first half. Nikki Johnson and Las Vegas takes over. First and 10 for the Sin, working from their own 10-yard line. Johnson from the shotgun, looking to throw. Plenty of time. Down the middle. Picked off. Intercepted by Heather Furr and immediately tackled by Kelly Schrader. But another turnover in this ball game. Heather Furr with a huge pick.
Nikki Johnson did not get intercepted all last season, Vanderbilt. She had all kinds of time trying to throw a deep post pattern there. Got picked off by who else? Heather Furr. Nikki Johnson not looking like herself right now.
Not a very good throw by Nikki Johnson. Way underthrown, intending for Kelly Schrader. So one play for Vegas and Chicago, and Heather Furr grab the football back and now have an excellent opportunity to score again before halftime. Keeping it on the ground. Harris, right side. Look at the strong run again by Christelle Harris. A gain of only 3 yards, but still carrying tacklers with her to the ground.
Vanderbilt, Coach Cap's got to change something up on defense. They cannot bring Harris down. They might have to spy a couple players on her and try to make Heather Furr throw the football because they cannot stop the Ferrari.
The play call by Heather Furr for the Chicago offense. A 2nd and 7 for the Bliss. Furr in the shotgun. Whoa, direct snap to Christelle Harris. Looked like she wasn't ready for it. Pig on the floor, and Vegas has recovered, and Keith Hack, wow, he is frustrated, and why not? Another turnover by his offense.
Right now, turnovers are -2 for the season. Hack is beside himself. Vanderbilt, I think the play was actually a Z slip screen. I think Harris got in the way of the snap to Heather Furr. It was supposed to be a screen pass. Harris came up, and the snap never got to Furr.
Either way, a really ugly play for Christelle Harris and the Chicago Bliss. Look at Keith Hack, doesn't want to talk to his player right.
That's exactly what happened. She screwed up and went after the snap.
So Nikki Johnson in Las Vegas reclaim possession. Now they have a great chance to score before halftime. Johnson, the quarterback draw, big gain on the right side before being taken down by Tracy Barnes. Down to the 9-yard line.
That turnover might just be what the doctor ordered, Vanderbilt. Nikki Johnson, this is when she plays her best.
Johnson trying to line them up and spike the ball to stop the clock. And she does just that. Let's check in with Lisa Legan, who has an injury update on Danica Brace.
Thanks, Vanderbilt. Well, I just talked to Scott Artell, and it happens to be that Danica Brace has a sprained MCL and is not due to return to the game.
Ouch.
Back to you guys.
That's not good, Vanderbilt. Danica Brace was one of the only ones making tackles for Las Vegas.
3rd and 2 for Vegas. Complete pass caught by Cassandra Strickland on the left side, and a gain of 5 yards down to the 4. Good enough for a first down. Less than a minute to go here in the first half, and Nikki Johnson has called timeout. When we come back, Johnson and the Las Vegas Sin, a chance to cut into Chicago's lead. What a great opportunity this is for Nikki Johnson and the Las Vegas Sin to get on the scoreboard one more time and cut into Chicago's lead before halftime.
Vanderbilt, this brings them right back in the game. I cannot believe Chicago.
I don't know what this is going to get.
This is what killed them against LA.
It's a 1st and goal for Vegas from the 4. The quick pitch to Carmen Bourseau, but a lot of Chicago players there to greet her. In fact, a loss of 2 yards. That backs them up to the 6-yard line, and the clock is ticking.
Vanderbilt, Vegas has to get the ball in the end zone. Nikki Johnson has to come up with something to get on the board.
2nd and goal for Las Vegas. Johnson in the shotgun formation takes the snap, Clock is ticking. This should be the final play of the first half. Johnson keeping the play alive, going to the end zone.
Oh,
In and out of the hands of Kelly Schrader. A great opportunity. Some good D at the last second by Chicago.
Nikki Johnson almost came up with an awesome play. She scrambled around, had no protection. She fired a bullet in the end zone. Kelly Schrader was there but couldn't come down with it. Almost points, but Vegas got nothing.
We've reached halftime. Chicago leads it 18-6 over Las Vegas. Moving the ball.
On a reverse play. It completely took the wind out of their sails.
I totally don't
See
care
right
about their
there,
commentary at
Darcy
halftime.
Rice. She scooped up the ball.
Maybe
She's
the
been all
coach
over
is
the field
yelling
today.
or whatever.
The Bliss aren't
but
giving us an
Them, it's them.
This people talking about the game now.
linebackers, and they need to find a way to stop Harris if they want to climb back.
Courtesy Chicago in this.
Coming
to the field to get ready for the second half by both clubs have made their share of mistakes, but Chicago has been able to take advantage. Heather Furr and the Chicago offense producing more points. Here's a look at the quarterback comparison.
If you look there, the big difference is the interception. That brings Nikki Johnson's rating down to 22.4. Heather Furr, on the other hand, has a touchdown and a 136 rating.
Let's check in with Lisa Ligon, who's with the quarterback for Vegas.
Thanks, Van Earl. I'm here with quarterback of the Sin, Nikki Johnson. Now, Nikki, what adjustments did y'all make at halftime? How do you plan on taking this game back over?
Really, it's just both sides of the ball got to play more aggressive. We have a lot of rookies on the team, so they got to their figures out, So this isn't something we can't come back from. It's just we got to be more aggressive on both sides of the ball.
Thanks, Nikki. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Nikki Johnson has the talent to bring Vegas back. The only thing, Van Earl, is they can't have these turnovers. I mean, early in the game, they had the fumble. At the end of the game, right at the first half right there, they couldn't get in for 6 before halftime. That would have brought them within a touchdown.
That was the real opportunity missed by Las Vegas right before halftime. Right now, Amber Wilson lining up for kicking duties for Las Vegas, booting it inside the 5, fielded by Shalina Taylor. Good room for running, and then taken down by Strickland and Golar. And still a return of 14 yards out to the 17-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Chicago from their own 17.
Shalina Taylor is a great returner. Obviously, we saw her almost take one coast to coast. She had a great return right there also, Van Earl, 14 yards.
Chicago looking to enter the win column for the first time in this 2013 season. First down for them. The option and the pitch to Christelle Harris left side. Pick up of 5 yards before being shoved out of bounds by Palacios.
Ferrari Harris, she plays every play like it's her last. I'll tell you what, Van Earl, Maria Palacios has had a great game at corner. Number 2, she's small, but she has been in on a ton of tackles tonight.
Big option right, X reverse. Shot right, one more. Big option right, X reverse. On one, ready?
There's the play call by Heather Furr for the Chicago offense, facing a 2nd and 5 from their own 22-yard line. Again, the option left side, and again, the pitch to Harris. More running room this time. Shoved out of bounds one more time by Palacios, but still able to pick up the first down for Chicago. The drive continues for Ferrari and the blitz.
Great check off by Heather Furr. The call was for a reverse. She checked off. She saw the defense. She called a speed option left and got big yards. Great play by the quarterback.
Jenny Yukin and the Vegas defense needs to step up here and slow down the Chicago offense. First and 10. Shotgun snap. Furr keeping it herself. Lots of running room left side. Big hit right over there in front of the wall. Taking on Schrader. Heather Furr able to pick up 8 yards on that first down play.
Heather Furr calling her own number, a quarterback draw. There's no corner out there. She saw that. She took the balls and easy yards out there. There's no corner.
Pick up of 8 yards for Heather Furr.
See, I wish I could be commenting more on this aside from making the odd snide comment and, like the stereotypical misogynist stuff, just because, that's fun and it's part of the gameplay. But I'm still learning about all this. So it's like, I'm actually sitting here listening to these guys talking in their commentary, trying to understand exactly what's going on and how it's important and all that sort of stuff. And like, I need Jeff. Well, I wouldn't say that I need Jeff, but it helps. But I'm acutely aware that I'm not talking as much as I otherwise would be. So sincere apologies, people. But so starting the gym back up tomorrow. Took a little time off because menopause is time to get fit again. Good on you. too strong and too independent is gross. There needs to be a balancing act. Let's be perfectly honest. Women, like, you can be strong and independent all you want, but just so you're aware, men feel like they want. Men have the need to feel needed. Like, occasionally, ask us to open a jar of something, you know?
2nd and 2 for Chicago. Early on in the second half, Chicago leading by 12. Faking the pass and the handoff to Harris, left side, going for the corner. She's in there. Touchdown, Chicago.
That was a championship drive by Chicago. Heather Furr looked like an O'Reilly veteran. Giving the ball to Harris, she's dancing. What a game by Harris. Here you go. Make it right, come back to Harris around the left end. Great blocking outside. She didn't get hit until she got to the goal line. Chicago's looking like a championship team tonight.
Christelle Harris. Man, she is putting on a show tonight. She has just toted that pig so impressively, taking on any and all would-be tacklers, dragging them all over the field, showing the speed, showing the great vision, and now scoring her 3rd touchdown of the game as Chicago lines up for the conversion. Again, they go to Harris, and she's able to get it in this time. The first successful conversion for either team in this football contest. It's now a 26-6 Chicago ball game.
Dan Earl, you can't shine if you don't grind.
Las Vegas now trailing by 20 as we check in with Lisa Ligon, who is with the Rockstar.
Thanks, Fanner. I'm here with Heather Furr. Now, Heather, you guys are playing within your team. No big turnovers so far. What's making this happen right now?
We just feel a lot more confident in our offense and with each other. I mean, we're confident with the ball. We're just moving it little by little and getting those big plays when we need them. It's awesome.
Thanks, Heather.
Girls are confident with each other. I love to hear
Man, Earl, that's huge right there, what Heather said. If you keep the ball, you keep possession, you don't turn it over, that's how you can run and make a championship run.
Great situation right now for the Chicago Bliss, winning and leading by 20 points early on in the second half. Tough challenge ahead for Las Vegas and Maddie McCoy. Let's see what Nikki Johnson and the Vegas offense can do on their first possession of the second half. Johnson with the quick pitch to Carmen Berceau, right side. Positive play, a gain of 6 yards out to the 16-yard line.
Nikki Johnson checked off to the same speed option right there. Carmen Berceau, she's the only shining light tonight for this in. Another 6 yards and a cloud of dust.
Good positive gain. It'll be a 2nd and 4 for Las Vegas. Johnson again lined up in the shotgun formation.
KY, what's significantly worse is when she's large enough that she knows she can kick your ass.
Berceau in the backfield with her quarterback. Johnson looking for a receiver, scrambling around, good footwork, staying alive, looking like Fran Tarkenton. Finds a receiver, complete to Henderson. Stephanie Henderson, but a loss overall in the play of 3 yards as Furr and Barnes were there for the tackle.
Rockstar Heather Furr, she's just a monster on both sides of the ball, Van Earl.
Yeah! Good one.
I love to watch her play defense just as much as I like to watch her play quarterback.
And she's coming up fast from her free safety position to make that tackle in the backfield of Las Vegas, resulting in a loss of 3 yards for Nikki Johnson and her team. Johnson taking the shotgun snap. Quick pass right side complete to Kelly Schrader. Look at her go down the right side inside the 10-yard line. Great run after the catch for Schrader.
Great call by Coach Cap and a great throw by Nikki Johnson. A quick screen to Schrader. She gets 2 blockers in front of her. She comes in, then turns out toward the sideline like a great runner. Tracy Barnes comes in. She tries to step on her, and Barnes throws her down. Great play for Vegas.
Big positive play for Vegas. You know they needed a jolt of positive energy like that. A gain of 30 yards on the play. Obviously a first down for Vegas. Kelly Schrader, the prime target for Nikki Johnson. She's already caught 4 balls. First and goal for the Sin from the 7. Johnson looking to keep it on the air attack and she completes the pass to Strickland down to the 1 yard line.
We haven't heard much from Strickland. We thought she'd be the top receiver tonight. Just a hook pattern. She should have hooked in the end zone. It would have been a touchdown. She hooked up in front of the end zone, and they stopped her short.
If you hook up
Second and goal
one
now
up
for Las
in the
Vegas,
end,
trying to answer quickly Chicago's early score. They are on the doorstep, on the 1 yard line. The handoff to Borso. She bulldozes her way into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Vegas can score that quick. Great blocking up front by Stephanie Henderson. Just a cool play by Borso. That's what she does. She's like a bull. It's like, give me the ball. I'll run right over my center and get in the end zone.
Boy, did Las Vegas ever need that drive right there. Now they have some hope. After falling behind by 20 points, they're back on the board and now trailing by 14 as they line up for the conversion.
Oh, that's horrible.
Johnson taking the shotgun snap, looking to throw again, little curl pass route, but the Chicago defense is there to deny. The pass was complete to Schrader, but she could not get it into the end zone, so the score will remain 26-12 Chicago.
I don't know if that was legal, Van Earl. Actually looked like a little pick pattern, which a lot of teams like to do at the goal line, but held short from the extra point. But Vegas, without that turnover, if they could have gotten the end zone at halftime, this would be a tight ball game right now.
But more importantly, Vegas defensively has got to step up. They really haven't shown any indication or any signs of slowing down Christelle Harris and the Chicago offense. Furr scrambling. A quick throw and caught over the middle on first down. Allie Alberts with the reception. Big gain of 13 yards. Chicago gets it out close to midfield to their own 23-yard line after the 13-yard gain.
Van Earl, a lot of people don't think that Heather Furr can throw the rock, but we watched her all Canadian League when she played in the LFL Canada. She can complete the ball right into triple coverage. Great throw by Furr.
We mentioned at the top of the broadcast this was going to be an offensive shootout. Right now, that is exactly what it is. Both ball clubs moving the football up and down the field. A first down for Heather Furr and Chicago. Shotgun snap. Another pass. Stretching to complete it, or catch it, I should say, is Allie Alberts. A gain of 4 yards, so another positive play for the Bliss.
I love the way Coach Hack is calling the game plan right now. It's almost like Chip Kelly. Loosen up the defense, throw it a little bit, and then you got the Ferrari up the middle. Great play calling.
Final couple of minutes of this third quarter in Chicago. The home team leading by 14 and looking to add to that lead. Heather Furr sounded like she's ad-libbing a little bit in the huddle. We'll see what happens on this play. Hand off to Christelle Harris. Wow, immediately hit in the backfield, but that hardly slowed down. Number 13 in blue, she just kept on running.
Just incredible, Van Earl. And who hits her? Number 2, Maria Palacios. It's like Mighty Mouse coming up and trying to tackle Godzilla. But number 2's been all over the field tonight for Vegas.
7 yards on the run by Christelle Harris. Good enough for another first down. Chicago and Heather Furr continuing to move the football down the field against this Vegas defense that is not meeting the challenge. The option right side, the pitch, and Christelle Harris, she dropped the ball again, rolled off the wall, is still running and getting it into the end zone. And the refs are signaling touchdown.
I don't know, Van Earl. I don't know. I think she was touched out of bounds. When she hits the wall by herself, she's not out. But I think Strickland came up and touched her while she was touching the wall. I don't think it should be a touchdown. Watch this, Van Earl. See, I think I'm right. Bad pitch by Heather Furr. Ball right there. She's in. She's in. She's touched right there. Should be out. Should not be a touchdown.
Again, the referees did not whistle the play dead until Harris got it into the end zone. They're taking another look because it has been challenged by Coach Jeremiah Captain.
He's going to lose that challenge.
Keith Hack trying to keep his team focused. Here's the call by referee Tony Lombardo.
What? I can't believe it, Van Earl. Look at Coach Cap. He can't believe it. That's a home field call right there. I think she was out of bounds.
Home field call.
I'm just saying.
All right, here we go. Chicago lining up for the conversion. They're going for 2. Furr looking for a receiver, scrambling around. Oh, caught and complete to Di Silvestro, the center of all people.
Van Earl, I love this call by Coach Hack. He took this out of the playbook of Gilbert Brown, the head coach of Green Bay. the old center eligible. Dee Sylvester, who knew she had these kind of hands? What a catch by the center.
No kidding, a great catch. And now Chicago leads it by 22, 34-12. Another tough situation for Nikki Johnson and Las Vegas as Yashi Rice and Chicago try to continue their domination in this home opener for the Chicago Bliss. Johnson taking the shotgun snap, looking left, finding a receiver. Met hard by Kim Perez.
Yeah, right.
The pass was complete to Bourseau, but wow, Perez sent her backwards.
To influence the quarterback after somebody take her back. Out of the backfield, she hits Bourseau. There's nobody taking the corner out of the play. Not a good play selection right there by Coach Cap.
Clock continuing to run. Final few seconds here of the third quarter. That should take us to the end of the period. Heatherford and Chicago continuing to dominate the visitors from Las Vegas. They lead it 34-12.
Yes, I really can blame the referee.
Hard to imagine anybody more intense than Chicago head coach Keith Hack. We got him wired up. Let's listen in.
That was a fucking touchdown. Motherfucker. Get your fucking hands out of your asses. This is extra points. God damn it. Fuck. God damn it. You gotta get that line.
I know that it's LFL, but that first, God damn it, sounded so fucking feminine. That's funny.
Back here.
No, she's got the GM.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let's go. Know your place.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Wow, Van Earl, thank God we're up here in the press box. I would not want to be on that sideline.
He is intense. Let's go down to Lisa Ligon, who has an injury update on Amber Wilson.
Thanks, Van Earl. Well, I just talked to the medical director, Scott Artell, and it happens that Amber Wilson, quarterback for Las Vegas Sin, is out with a dislocated shoulder, and she is not coming back. Back to you guys.
So the injuries are starting to accumulate for Las Vegas. Going to be a long, painful plane ride back home. 2nd and 8 for Nikki Johnson and the Sin. Johnson looking to the air again. Over the middle. Caught. Nice throw. No, dropped. Dropped by Bunkowski. It was right in her hands, but then she dropped it.
I think she got stripped by Chantel Taylor. Again, Nikki Johnson delivers a nice pass there, but Taylor comes up and strips the ball from her.
Now it'll be 3rd down and 8 to go for Nikki Johnson and Las Vegas. The quick pitch to number 9, Shrifa Miyahara. Good run. Her first run of this game. A gain of 13 yards down the left side and good enough for a first down for Vegas.
Van Earl, Miyahara has some skills. Watch her turn the corner. Watch that speed. She literally runs right through Heather Furr of all people. What a run. Wow, delivers the blow, Van Earl. What a run. She should have played the whole.
Oh, come on, it shouldn't be that difficult just to replay the last 5 seconds. I stand corrected. This is Bliss. This is in Chicago. Oh, you son of a... Hayden, this is why you don't press buttons.
Wow, delivers the blow, Van Earl. What a run. She should have played the whole game.
Absolutely. Where's she been all football game for Las Vegas? Her first carry, and it's good for 13 yards. Now a first down for Vegas. From midfield. The shotgun snap to Nikki Johnson. Got some time. Now she's going to tuck and run. Right side, stiff arm. Helps her pick up 5 more yards. A total gain of 10 and good enough for another first down to the 15-yard line.
Van Earl, you can measure a girl's height, but you can't measure a girl's heart. Nikki Johnson has heart.
No doubt about that. We have seen plenty of examples of that huge heart for number 5 in white, both tonight and in plenty of other LFL games. It's a 1st and 10 for Vegas. The handoff again to Miyahara, this time the right side, and another strong run by number 9 in white, a gain of 8 yards down into the red zone, down to the 7-yard line.
Miyahara is showing Coach Cap that she deserves some more carries on this team. That's how you do it. You get in the game and you show what you can do. She's showing it, Van Earl.
You know, I'm going to take this opportunity just to stop and say, guys, we're just about into the bottom 6 minutes of the game. I would very much like to get under the $2,000 mark. So if anybody is able to dig deep, just for like the $64, that'd be hugely appreciated. That would like just even mentally, that's a massive thing off my shoulders just to see a 1 in front of that number instead of the 2. I still can't believe we've gotten as far down as we have already. But remember, this is so that I can go to Vegas, so that I can see Jeff eat an edible, so I can go and see a whole bunch of crap that I otherwise wouldn't. Because keep in mind, guys, if I do this one, there's a high likelihood I won't be attending Matsuri later in the year. This will be my trip for the year, okay? So, of course, Hayden talks about bottoms. I'm an arse and a leg man. What do you want from me? But, yeah, just giving that last little grift out of there while we've got the last 6 minutes of the game. But thank you so much to everybody. Appreciate it.
A 2nd and 2 for Las Vegas. Johnson with the handoff again to Miyahara. This time left side, reaching for the end zone.
She made
Looks like she might be in there. No, stopped at the 1. They marked the ball at the 1 yard line, but another great run.
I love the way Miyahara runs. Miyahara is saying sayonara to Chicago's defense.
Got great forward lean, great speed, good vision. Down to the 1 yard line, but good enough for another first down. So a great situation for Vegas. 1st and goal, just 1 yard away.
Miyahara might have Coach Cap saying sayonara to Carmen Orso at running back. What a game so far.
Beautifully said, Bobby Yuko. The snap. Oh, my. Miyahara, nowhere to go on that particular run. Stopped in the backfield by Chantel Taylor.
Wow, Chantel Taylor.
Bella Stella is to get you over that $64. Whoa.
Oh my.
That well and truly clears the shot level, so I'm gonna have to. But holy crap, thank you so much. I hugely appreciate that, Bella Stella. That is amazing. And I didn't mean to hit that the second time, but I do need the thank you for being here. Oh, yeah, that's going to help me sleep too. Oh, you're amazing. Bella Stella for the win.
Saying sayonara to Miyahara.
Chantel Taylor, 23 years of age, 5'9" and 140 of the Chicago native, with a big play right there, dropping Miyahara for a loss of 3 yards. So it's 2nd and goal from the 4 yard line now for Las Vegas. Johnson looking to throw quickly, forced out of the pocket and taken down. Another loss, this time Allie Alberts with the big play defensively.
Vanner, watch this form tackle by Allie Alberts. Out of the safety position, just destroys Nikki Johnson against the wall. Who would have thought she had a concussion in last game? She's making tackles like that.
And boy, did she close fast on Johnson on that tackle. That was impressive.
The only number 1 that hits like that is Liz Gorman. Wow, what a hit there by Allie Alberts.
Well, once again, Vegas finds themselves in great scoring position, but going the wrong way. Another loss. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 6 yard line. Johnson looking again to throw. Scrambling right side, throwing left side. Good play defensively by Kim Perez, knocking that ball away, intended for Kelly Schrader.
And again, Nikki Johnson looking in the end zone. Kim Perez, I'll tell you what, Van Earl, this defense, they bend, but they don't break.
So it'll be a 4th and goal for Las Vegas. Chicago stepping up big right here these last few plays on the defensive side of the ball.
God damn, I still can't believe
approaching the halfway mark of this 4th period in the Windy City. The home team leading by 22. Las Vegas trying to cut into that lead. Facing a 4th and goal from the 6. The pitch to Miyahara, trying to get it
in. Jason J with 25. Already in the doghouse for destroying my phone on Friday and buying a new one. Hope this helps. Dude. I actually have to do some math on that now, because that may well have actually just hit me over another shot. Holy shit. Thank you, dude. And how did you ruin your phone? Like, what the hell were you doing? But thank you so much. You might just get there, Aussie. I'm starting to think I might just. I'm loving this.
To the end zone, but denied at the doorstep. Could only get it down to the 1 yard line. Great defensive stand for Heather Furr and the Bliss as Maya Hara and Las Vegas comes up empty. And the Chicago crowd loves that defense.
Big players make big plays at big times. Heather Furr coming up from safety, stopping that drive personally. I love the way she plays football on both sides of the ball, man.
She has been all over this football field, making plays throughout this contest. And, of course, a big reason why Chicago is dominating right now, 34-12. You know they're going to take their time on the play calls, try to work as much of the clock with this big 22-point lead. The handoff to Christelle Harris. Lots of running room right side. Again, another first down pickup for the Chicago star running back.
When you have Ferrari Harris in the backfield and this new line for Chicago blocking the way they're blocking, you can't even run the clock down. They might score again, Van Earl.
They definitely might score again. Rough night for Las Vegas, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Christelle Harris, Van Earl, I got a feeling she's approaching one of the all-time best running games in the history of the LFL.
Now another first down for Heather Furr in Chicago. Keeping it on the ground, and why not? And again, why not put the ball in the belly of Christelle Harris, who picks up even more yards, an 8-yard gain this time, out to the 21-yard line.
Great blocking up front by D. Silvestro. I'll tell you what, Harris might become the MVP tonight, but that front line is having a hell of a game.
Absolutely. They are the unsung heroes up front, and let's hope Christelle Harris realizes just how helpful
Go 19.
those blockers
Go
have
19.
been
Get your
for
birthday.
her great game running the football.
Hang on. This is worth it. The kid in the background.
And for her great game running the football. 2nd and 2 for Chicago. Trying to run this clock. Again, they hand it off to Harris, left side. She's happy to tote the pig all night long. Taken down by Strickland, but not before picking up 14 more big yards.
This Vegas defense wants nothing to do with Ferrari Harris. She is personally destroying the entire Vegas defense. I'll tell you what, the Vegas offense isn't bad, but this defense, there's nothing there.
Chicago cruising. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the Windy City, and the home team leading by 22. NFL fans, join us next week in Green Bay as Kerry James and the Minnesota Valkyrie travel to Titletown to take on Ann, Showtime, Erler, and the Green Bay Chill. Catch all the action in HD 1 week from tonight on LFL Saturday Night Football. That is going to be a great game in Green Bay as the Minnesota Valkyrie come in to take on the Chill.
I almost kind of want to do that as a short.
Who is with Cassandra Strickland.
I know that it'd be majorly inappropriate and Google would hate it.
To struggle like this on your opening game?
Man, I didn't really know what to expect. We have a lot of rookies, so we had a whole new team coming in. I honestly think it's just like jitters, like people not understanding where to go. We gotta show up. We gotta show out. We gotta finish this up right now. We gotta get another score in here.
Thanks, Cassandra. Back to you guys.
Strickland hit the nail on the head, Van Earl. On
Because
defense,
you're
a lot
with
of new
friends
players,
watching a
but a lot of
game
mistakes are going to have to correct.
They
It's
really
legitimate
did
entertainment.
not show up so much tonight, but boy, did Chicago, and did their running back, Christelle Ferrari Harris, just announced as the game MVP. 17 carries for 141 yards and 4 scores.
Van Earl, one of the best running back
noticed they
performances
didn't-
of all time in the
the
NFL. I can't
camera of the
believe it.
guy that was like right in front of
141
them.
yards.
That is outstanding, and she has been so much fun to watch. Not only her speed and her cutting ability, but just the strength to carry those defenders up and down this football field. It's a 1st and 10 for Chicago. Furr looking to throw, scrambling around, trying to chew up some clock, and completing the pass to Jamie Barwick. No gain, though, so right back to the original line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line.
I don't know if Coach Hack was trying to kill the clock. I think he's trying to score more points just in case they get back in the playoff hunt, which it looks like they are going to be back.
Oh, that echo's terrible.
Right there, Heather Furr making it clear to her teammates. She's just going to take a knee and run out the clock. They lead it by 22, 34-12. And that's exactly what happens. So Chicago will improve to 1-1 after this very impressive victory over the visitors from Las Vegas. Here's a look at Chicago's remaining schedule, Bobby.
They have a big game against Minnesota July 26th, and then at Green Bay August 10th. That could just...
And so, you know what I love about these games as well? The teams double as the cheerleaders, so you're getting twice the entertainment without even realizing as well.
Side the Midwest Division.
And Bobby, 3 more games for Las Vegas.
Las Vegas has 2 home games against Green Bay and Seattle, but the big one is at Los Angeles, June 29th. It marks the LFL's 100th game, Vanderbilt.
That is going to be a big celebration, no doubt about it.
It would have been
Final
out of that one
seconds
too.
of the contest. Another knee taken by Chicago quarterback Heather Furr. And that will probably do it as they'll just let the clock run out. Really impressive victory for Chicago tonight.
Vanderbilt, Chicago proved that they don't fumble the football or turn it over, they can play with anybody in the LFL. Without turnovers, they might have won the LA game.
Well, they certainly turned in an impressive performance tonight. Las Vegas certainly not up to the challenge, especially defensively. Heather Furr and the Chicago offense really dominating. And now, as they count down the final seconds, celebrate their first victory of 2013. Going to be a long plane ride for Carmen Borso and the Las Vegas Sin. Let's send it down to Lisa Liggett.
Thanks, Van Earl. I'm here with 2 people. I think they're ready to celebrate now, Coach. First win, big win. How you feeling right now?
I feel great. You know, this is just what we've been practicing so hard for.
And now you feel great?
Perfect. Just how we scripted it. Just
Pretty
game
sure that
planned it
vein is going to
perfectly.
burst in your head.
Just fantastic.
Congrats to you.
Can I ask a question? Coach, how was my throwing consistency this game? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, how was your throwing consistency? Let's talk about that.
I felt really strong. I know I take a lot of chances that he doesn't like, but, you know, when they end up in our players' hands, that's what I'm worried about, and that's what happened. So I'm going to go celebrate this win.
I think she's already getting cocky. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations to you. Back to you guys.
Vanderbilt, I thought her throw was great. She throws it up a lot, but she makes big plays, and they win ball games.
Chicago celebrates a 34-12 victory over Las Vegas to improve to 1-1 on the season. For Bobby Huco and Lisa Liggett, I'm Van Earl Wright. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on...
And I'm Aussie Overlawd, also saying thank you very much for watching, because yes, there will most definitely be Titty Ball again next week. But more to the point... Oh, hang on. On behalf of myself and the dog whose treat bag is now out of the road. Angel. Wakey, wakey. Okay, now sit there for a second. Because you're a good doggo, isn't you? Yeah, you're a good dog. On behalf of myself and Angel, I want to say thank you so much to everybody that's donated tonight. And thank you so much for everyone that has sat through the show with me. Very much appreciate it. As always, people, remember, you, especially those that were helpful tonight, we're not a piece of shit. Wait. How we scripted it, lol. Great stream after a crappy work day. I'm glad I was able to make your day a little bit better, Joe. But yes, you're not a piece of shit. You have value, and thank you to everyone that's hit this like button. Double check whether or not you're still subscribed. Thank you to everybody that's donated. I'm on Streamlabs. I'm on StreamYard, so no credits, unfortunately. But as always, people, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I will catch you on the flip side. No one is a piece of shit. Nobody. Not as long as I'm breathing. No one here is a piece of shit anyway. Peace out, peeps. Cheers.
This shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.